Blog Talk Radio.
Got your love anymore. He's the one I'm leaving you for.
Welcome to this La Cosa Nostra radio production. La Cosa Nostra is a family unit located on allpoetry.com. Allpoetry.com, the world's largest poetry community. We want to thank Kevin and the crew for giving us a place to call home and hang our hats. The content and opinions of the people, the callers, and the hosts do not necessarily reflect the beliefs and opinions of La Cosa Nostra ownership and management. Enjoy this La Cosa Nostra programming.
Welcome everybody. Tonight's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about rumors, and it's one of those things, like I like to do, that's very circular in thought in my mind. I think what it tends to come down to is faith, and faith is kind of belief without any proof, any background. So when you hear one of these rumors, logically anything is possible. So it's very easy to believe, that it's true. So you never know what the rumor is based on, innuendo, half truth, actual fact or not. So if you have faith in the person that the rumor is about, then you tend not to believe it. But how human are we? How easy is it to take that possibility that it could be true and run with it? It's really a tenuous thing, I think. And I think tonight's going to be fun because that applies to all kinds of different areas of our lives. I think, rumors could be something as simple as, the guy down the street making children disappear when you knock on his door on Halloween too late, and can extend all the way to, relationships like the opening song was talking about. You talk about, somebody's love for somebody else, or the only reason I have the show is because I'm Boo's illegitimate son. Who knows? People believe what they want to believe. You never know. And I think we'll on that note kind of start letting people in. I've got JCA on the line. He's going to be helping me out tonight like he always does, so I get to stand here and look pretty while he does all the heavy lifting. How you doing tonight, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good. You know what this topic kind of reminds me of is the old telephone game. Do you remember that game where you sit around in a circle and someone would start by whispering something into one person's ear, and by the time it got back to the person that started, it is a whole different message. Like, they're saying, it's like, Dave has a pet elephant, and by the time it comes back, it's like the pet elephant was French kissing Dave, or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ends up something like that. So, that's kind of how rumors work. But also, what happens when a rumor is true? How do people react to that as well? So there's a lot of aspects of rumor that we get a hold of. So I'm hoping we get to feel more than one side of the whole thing right here. So
no, I'm sure we will.
I'm going to the phone lines, and let's bring in Salwa. Hello, Salwa.
Hello, JCA, and hello, Raconteur. Okay.
Do you have any opinions on this topic, Salwa?
Oh yes, I had. It's really happened. It's unfortunate. I'm sure I'm guilty of this myself too. Unfortunately, we are all guilty in a way or another. But in general, I try my best when I hear rumors not to be part of it, except it's something that concern you, concern a friend. You get caught in this indirectly or directly. That's the human nature. But actually, I was a victim of one of them. Really true story. When I was in college, I was in love with this young, really, we were great friends. And then this girl, my friend, supposedly told me they're dating each other. So I backed up, and it was a big lie. And she made me believe it. Rumors went around. Everyone believed it too, like me. But it was a big lie. So it can change someone's destiny too. Anyway.
It's scary to know what people believe.
Yeah, it can damage people's reputation.
And especially when the rumor has that grain of truth in it. It's like if they make up something about because you're a teacher and they put it in you have to give her a donation, if you know what I mean. And the fact that you're a teacher makes that sound believable. It's like, oh, yeah, she is a teacher. You never know.
Oh, I know. This one happened too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's, I don't know, but some people really, the sick part, the people who really enjoy that. Like they really, part of their life, like Gossip Magazine and all. This is really, I don't know. I can handle this. It's too much.
We've got another person to give an opinion on this. Hello, Mocha. How are you doing?
Oh,
hi.
Mocha.
Hi, Paula.
Hi, Mocha.
Hey, Mocha.
Hi, Rex. How are you tonight?
How you doing?
I'm great.
You got any juicy rumors for us tonight?
Oh my God! Well, I don't know how much you know about Trinidad, but we are gossip mongers over here to the point where it is actually part of our culture. Like we have words for it in our slang. So one word is mako, right?
Mako?
A mako, yeah, it can be either a noun or a verb. Mako just means minding somebody's business. So if you are a mako, that means that you're a person who's generally, another word that we use is fast. Fast also means that you're always in somebody's business or you're always talking about people. So we've made an entire thing basically about people who always spread gossip. There's also a Trinidadian stereotype that people who live on corner houses tend to be the neighborhood macos because they live in a place where they kind of see everything that's happening on the block.
They have that unique perspective of both sides of the street, huh?
Yeah, something like that. Because they're always like, there's people who would literally hear, let's say, some sort of argument happening at the neighbor's house, and they'll just park out by their window, pull their curtains, and watch the drama with popcorn. We love bacchanal. That's another word for drama that we use very often in Trinidad.
Yeah, it's funny how drama follows those rumors around. You know, it's never something subtle. You know, oh, I heard so-and-so won the lottery, you know, and then everyone's knocking on their door. No, it's never that simple.
No. And with the way that Trinidadians are, we would faster spread the rumor than somebody go tell the person that the rumor is about. Like, oh, people are talking about you.
Yeah. They're very eager to do that, to give out that unfounded accusation. It's like, what are you basing this on? Oh, so and so told me. Well, why are they saying it? I don't know. You have to ask them. And then you hunt them down and you ask them. They're like, oh, you know, someone else said it. And it turns into the game, like JCA said. It's that telephone game where people are repeating stuff that you know, nobody knows why they said it in the first place. I had a friend that I grew up with.
Too, but we had a different name for it.
Yeah, I had a friend that I grew up with. He would get the person in the same room as the other person that he made the rumor about, and he just flat out say, he said, "Tell him what you told me." And then, you know, the guy would say it, and if it's about the guy that you know he's got in the same room, you know, he would, you know, basically be brokering fights almost because, you know, so and so said, you know, that you were sleeping with someone's sister. And, you know, the guy obviously would get all, you know, upset, and you know, next thing you know, the two of them are rolling around on the floor fighting.
Yep, that's happened many a time in high school.
All right. I got a rumor right now. There's a rumor that the boss is on.
She doesn't know how to use the phone. She can't be on the line.
I heard that rumor. She doesn't know about the button.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, you're hilarious.
Hi, Boo.
Hi. Yeah, I don't know how to use the button. Hi, everybody. Jack, I know all about you, homie.
People found out the only reason I have a show is because I'm your illegitimate son.
You're my baby daddy. You're my baby daddy. Don't tell nobody.
Mommy.
He likes it from the tap. Watch that spread. That's gonna spread now. Who's a poetic whore? We know.
We've heard that rumor for years.
We've heard that truth for a long time. I know. True too. Even if it isn't true, it doesn't matter.
You're the one spreading it.
I know. I'm just gonna say. Dave's the one with the dead bodies under his bed.
Yep, I've heard that rumor too.
I heard Wayne put them there.
Wayne did put him there.
He's like running around desperately looking for a place to hide the bodies. Well, let's implicate Jay and put him under his bed.
Gee, thanks everybody.
Well, the forensic evidence.
Why do you think he likes serial killers so much?
It must be from yesterday's show. You're still thinking of yesterday's show?
I am definitely thinking of yesterday's show. Wait till this yesterday.
Which part of
don't worry. Don't worry.
Mine was
the forensic evidence.
Mine was nice and
you.
family friendly. What are you talking about?
You know, women are the worst than men, though. Actually, I think men usually just like solve it. They duke it out. They get over it. They move on. Women just keep catty.
That's for
I've lost
sure.
jobs because of other women. You know.
No, we never know what to believe.
Get to know me before you hate me.
We never know what to believe.
I know, it's true.
Let me give you
a reason first.
There's guy brain, you know? We get guy brain. It's
you
like
think
that's
only
not
women
computer.
You think only women
That's
are
not
good?
computer.
No, it's not true. There's some men who are like this too.
No,
Than
they're
women.
worse than men, though, in my opinion. I think.
But there's men worse than women too. I know a couple.
Yeah, I know
I'm
a couple as well.
Oh, do you now?
Right? Okay.
You got names? You got names?
Yes,
Huh?
Oh, no, I can't. No, starting the rumor.
Come on, we won't tell
Start one and see how far it goes, Rack. Start one crazy one and see how far it goes.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody. There's nobody listening, I'm sure. We haven't been heard in over 90 countries. No, not at all.
Yeah.
We're
Actually, you'd be
crazy.
surprised how many people listen
We're
to the
crazy.
show, believe it or not.
You could tell us.
Yeah, right? You can trust me. I won't tell you. Hey, you ever notice this? It's the one who always says, I hate the rumors and the gossip stir in the pot.
So what's going on?
I ain't saying shit.
The rumor is we have poetry to read tonight, too.
Oh, rest the room. Right. The people on this line right now I trust, so I'm not tripping yet.
Well, where do we want to start, Rack? Where do we want to start?
You want to kick it off, Mocha?
Me?
Yeah, sexy chocolate, come on.
Why are you so surprised?
I don't know because I've never been the first to read, I guess. Sure, why not?
Congratulations.
We can make you wait.
Congratulations. You're up today.
Where is my poem? Let me find it.
Yeah, I put it on the board right now.
Oh, thank you. Such a doll.
Where am I?
So I'm pulling at the rumor.
I apologize that my phone is slow. Okay.
No, genuinely, Rack and JCA are both sweethearts, for real. So let's do.
They're what? They're what?
Sweethearts, for real, no rumor.
Oh, that's this kind of rumor that I like. Spread beautiful things.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes. Genuinely.
Oh.
Me, I can't say much, but yeah.
All right. The mic is the Mocha now.
Sorry, Mocha.
No problem.
Mocha.
So this is called Responding to the Allegations. Rumor this and rumor that. Rumor is I starve myself because I'm phobic of fat. Rumor has it I slept with your man, and though you may think that's so, I promise you, honey, that if I did, he wouldn't be your man no more. Rumor claims I bedded that photographer too, but the lie detector test determined, Jerry, that shit isn't the truth. Rumor says that I'm a les, and honestly, I'm not 100% sure. But even if I were, I'd never go for her. Don't flatter yourself, sweetie. Your personality is a bore. Rumor claims I fuck for free weed, but that's fake news. Just ask my trees. Rumor this and rumor that. Bump your gums all you want. It doesn't mean jack. Haters make you famous, they say, but it's so hard to sit down with all their lips in the way. My favorite rumor of all is that I'm a witch, and that part is quite true. So the fact of it is I'm just that bitch, and that burns the hell out of you. End poem.
You go, girl.
That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that very much.
It's amazing.
You brought out some of the I would call them stereotype rumors, you know, the cliches. Oh, I slept with your mother, or you know, I starved myself because I'm too fat. You know, that's like so psychological in so many ways. I mean, that's you know, a brilliant one in itself. But you know, and then you expand the story even more. You know, with the I won't call them kind of the schoolyard retorts. You know, if I slept with your mother, you know, she wouldn't have her man anymore. You know, that's also brilliant. You know, because it's not just a put down. It's like building yourself up at the same time. You know, another piece of brilliance. I mean, this whole thing from beginning to end was wonderful. You did an amazing job with this story, and you know, obviously right on theme. You did a fantastic job. Let me get you a couple of comments.
Yeah.
Jay, you want to kick it
and
off?
fun fact, these are all true rumors about me. People have actually given me all these before.
I love it.
Like, people have actually said these things about me. It's funny.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Hey, Sarah, that's a
Oh no, they did. Oh no, they didn't. I love this. I think this absolutely rocks. You know, because you're right about exactly what you said. And though you may think so, I slept. Rumor has it I slept with your man, and though you may think so, I promise you, honey, that if I did, he wouldn't be your man no more. There you go. This is so funny. This is so funny. But you know what? There is humor in reality, and it's a sad state of affairs that she has to go through this. But
yeah,
her strength shows that she doesn't give a fuck, and you know what? They can't see her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
just right?
Yeah, this is. You just went ahead and gave them the old finger and just walked away. I love it.
Thank you.
Awesome comment, Jay. Salwa, can you comment for Mocha?
Oh, I really love this poem. First of all, I have to say you're a really great addition to AP and La Cosa Nostra. Really fun. You're a great poet and fun and genuine. So this is really. Sorry, I was laughing hysterically. It's kind of rude of me because it's true, but the way you presented it is so hilarious. And I was really wondering if this really happened or just like you bringing up different stereotypes of. So it doesn't surprise me because that's what we are fast to judge, and that's unfortunately human being. I don't know if they regret and they apologize for this or no. That's the thing. Or do you confront them?
They're jealous
with this?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, I've confronted. I think I've confronted everybody. I stopped confronting people about the eating disorder thing because I've had that rumor since I was young.
You know,
I was young, so.
Wow.
I got to interject a quick second because when someone comes up with a lot of these rumors like this, you know, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but they kind of lack imagination. These are like the retread, recycled things that people just tend to throw around. So
I know what am I?
You almost want to say, is that the best you got? That is such bullshit. It's
I know
like
you are. What am I? So stupid.
Yeah, but their lack of imagination kind of takes the sting away from what they're saying. But at the same time, it's insulting, and you do need to say something back, even if it is just really. I'm not even going to dignify that with the response. I mean that's a response, but at the same time it's not, and it's one of those things. I think I really enjoy how you handled it. I really did. And I'm getting away with like 12 comments because it's my show, damn it. So, were you done?
We like hearing your voice. Go ahead.
Thank you.
She's adorable.
No, she really did an amazing. I love how she gave. Yes, and I love how she took serious things and present them with humor. Just incredible, really beautifully done. Such a brilliant write. Great opening.
Thank you, Sal. And Boo, you get the last word on a subject all too familiar with.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Right in your face, honest, because you know what, they're going to say it anyway, regardless whether you're say it or you're doing it or whatever the case may be. I love the same part everybody else loves. If somebody was your man, he wouldn't be your man no more. Because even if you try to be nice or whatever, that's what I do at work. They're going to talk shit anyway, so I make sure it's real good for them to talk. It's really good. This is something interesting to talk about. So they're going to say it anyway. A lot of times it's insecurity, jealousy. You can't help it. You're hot. You have good Levi's. What's up? And so that's that. I like the honesty. I'm gonna nominate this. I don't know if it'll get there because of the fuck word, but it might.
Oh, that's right.
And I hope that it does. You can always put like F and then a star there. But what a way to start the show, Rex. Empowering strong woman. You be you, girl. They don't like it. They don't gotta look. Keep scrolling.
Yeah.
The rumors are there is car next to Boo.
Yeah, I love it. They're going to say it anyway, regardless, even if you try to explain yourself. So keep them wondering, keep them guessing. Make it real juicy.
The rumor is the people that put half the people on the front page that get there are right here on this show.
That's true too.
I don't know. I got 5 out of the last 7 I recommended. How about you guys?
Yeah, I will nominate. I will just keep nominating until it gets there. Don't worry.
Yeah, and obviously, you guys are good about it. But if anyone does give us a poem, try and leave a written comment. It's always nice to see something. It's great. It's great to give us the verbal comments, but it may take me a while. But I can promise anyone that writes for the show, I will get around to giving you a written comment as well. It's good to see that in writing. Exactly what you brought out when we read these things. And sometimes in the moment we goof around a little more and we're a little less serious about the poem itself, and we talk about the emotion that you bring out, which is definitely a piece of the poem, but, that's also, only a piece of the right itself, too. There's, an art to the cadence and everything else. And it does make a difference, I think, to hear someone say, I picked up on that. It's nice to acknowledge it. So if you get a chance, comment on, leave written comment on some of the other poems that are read tonight.
Like feedback, right? And I think you should make a SoundCloud with an attitude for this one.
Sawa, you want to go up next?
Oh, whatever's fine. I'm sorry when I hear mine again. I'm so sorry, everyone. Except for Rock, because you haven't heard it. Sorry, go ahead.
If it's on topic, it's on topic. It's going to spark conversation. That's all good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. I love this poem anyway, Zella. So.
Okay. So thank you. I appreciate you. I'm trying to find where I'm. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Did I? Okay. No, this time I don't have SoundCloud.
No, you do not. You have to read to it.
Yes. And Boo would be happy. Okay. Enticing rumors. Rumeurs alléchantes. Okay. Pourquoi nous, les humains, sans être navrants, trahissons des secrets qui n'ont aucun refuge, pourquoi nous, les humains, lançons, nous, des rumeurs sans pareil, sans répugner ni oreilles ni yeux. Il a dit, elle a dit, d'une telle insistance. Si vite la rumeur se propague devant ce flot de mots, la vérité se perd depuis longtemps. Les amitiés se meurent avec des couteaux démoralisants. Okay? Enticing rumors, why us humans, since hesitation, betray secrets, who have no refugee, why us humans will launch rumors unparalleled, which do not repeat ears or eyes. She said, just insistence, so quickly rumors spread. In front of this flood of words, the truth is lost. For a long time, friendship died with demoralizing knives and the storm. Can I say something quickly? You know the song that you played, Adele?
Yes.
Actually, she wrote it because of this. Yeah, she wrote it because of this. There was rumors spread about her, and her friends were believed these rumors. So of course she talked to her friends, but that's the reason she really wrote the song. It's incredible.
And that's why I mentioned in the beginning, it all comes down to faith, because you never really know what to believe and what not to believe. You could have, a rock solid relationship with someone, and someone says, I saw them leaving a motel together. And that could even be true. Maybe they went to a sales meeting or something stupid like that, and the two of them would walk out. But, at the same time, the implication is what tears people down. And because of the fact that, that not so much stereotypical, but, anything is possible. I mean, it may not be likely, but, the fact that it's possible, it tests the strength of your relationship. And it's easy to jump on sometimes. If you're in a bad mood, if you had foul, bad words between someone, and then you hear this rumor on top of that, it just kind of feeds the fire. It's one of those things where you end up spinning around in circles so fast you don't know what the hell to believe. And I like to think, I could see even being the person that the rumor's about being hurt. Not by the rumor itself sometimes, because, people are going to jump to conclusions and don't necessarily know better. But when someone in your inner circle doubts you that much that they're like, they hesitate and they believe that, it's almost a statement like, they don't have faith in you. And that hurts more sometimes. And it's really not fair to put that on them, but you almost can't help it. It's like, how long do you know me? And you believe that so easily, how could you believe that? It's one of those things where, okay, I understand, it's possible. Anything is possible, but, again, I bring up the likelihood, but, it's not just that. It's like, that and because of the nature of faith, there's no real foundation for it. Faith is belief when there's no evidence to be behind it. So, and that's mostly a religious thing, but, you could apply that to a relationship as well. If someone has a strong relationship with someone and it would never cross your mind. And the added insult to that is usually when something like that happens, the first thing that flashes through your head is all the opportunities you missed, or I shouldn't say missed, but you let go. It's like, you know how many people I didn't sleep with or whatever, even though I had the chance, that threw themselves, but, because of how I feel about you, I didn't. And now you're hearing this bullshit that's not founded in anything, and you're going to choose to believe this? It compounds itself and really turns into a whole nest of crap. I'm sorry, Sawa.
No.
You make a good point with your poem.
Well,
because I should be getting comments on your poetry, because that's kind of what I'm looking at. The rumor thing is almost secondary. It's the prompt, it's the topic. You wrote to it beautifully, and you obviously you bring out these emotions. So I'm having trouble containing myself. Mocha, what you think, Mocha?
What?
Can you comment for Sal, Mocha?
Oh, sorry. My phone. Am I crack-a-lacking? Seems like I'm crack-a-lacking.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I hate this phone. Anyway, I'll try to stay still.
Hello?
That's just, you are the reason that we're having this show because of this wonderful poem. Yeah, I hear you. Sawa. And
yes,
Rumor Lies. What a great poem that is. I mean, picture that is. And you're right about Sans hesitation to betray secrets from whom we have no refuge. I love that first. It almost sounds like a prayer or a hymn or something belongs somewhere. And you don't even know why humans are so rude and cruel, because you're just such a nice person, such a genuine person, a giving person. And every single time you've said, I swear, Boo, I won't tell nobody, you never have. And I appreciate that greatly. And I think, too quickly they spread, and it's so true. But usually, these people are the insecure ones. I have nothing else to do, no life. If I was only half as exciting as the shit I heard about myself, damn, I'd be doing good. I thought it was great brevity.
Thank you so much, Boo. Thank you, Boo.
You're welcome. I nominated you. Did you get this on the front page?
Oh, you know me, I really don't care, but thank you.
That was an amazing Boo impersonation, Mocha.
What'd you say?
I said that was
he called on Mocha. He called on Mocha, and you answered, Boo.
Shut up, sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. We all knew what was happening. We all We all knew what was happening. It's okay. Can you comment in your own voice now, Mocha?
Mocha, are you there?
Turn. Bill, it's your turn.
I think we lost her.
Mocha, are you there?
I heard her say hello, like, so maybe she had a problem.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't. We weren't hearing her.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, Jake.
Her internet goes in and out, so hopefully she'll be back here shortly. Well, bottom line is this tells it as it is. I love this because it's straightforward. It's in your face. It's like I'm talking about a Boo poem right here, but it's Salwa. And I like this because you know what? Yeah, it is, but I really like it. I like that she does come as full force without anything going on, and she lets us know. You know what? You want to believe rumors? You want to tell rumors? But they're going to cost somebody something. How you feel about that?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I'm looking at that for a long time. Friendships die with demoralizing knives. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I agree with that totally. Let's see if we got Mocha back. Mocha, oh, no, she dropped right down again. Oh, okay. So hopefully she'll call back here. But we do have another caller, folks. And this was the caller I was really waiting for, yeah, because he's going to have a read tonight. It's important. Hey, Raz, what are you up, brother?
Hello, it's me, Raz, or my other personality, Frank Olson. You can call me Raz.
Hello, Raz. You're so funny.
You crack me up, Raz. You kill me. Oh, Lord.
If you get the signal cappuccinos for free tonight.
Oh, that's the rumor. It's on Raz. It's on Raz.
Yeah.
So funny.
And
It's so funny how Raz is so serious, and then he cracks these jokes. You give this impression he's serious and he cracks these
I know.
jokes. It's really funny.
You don't know if he's kidding or not sometimes. That's what makes it funny.
Rez is retired FBI. He does the background checks for everyone that applies to LCN.
Yeah, he's my spy.
no, the government does that work. They just call me in to
You're right.
process and rotate the list.
Now we're gonna have to take care of you, Raz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take you out, Raz. Yeah.
You said too much.
Oh my goodness.
Look out for
That's
the
what tell about my exciting life.
Just like the real Frank Olsen.
Stay away from the windows, Raz. Stay away from the windows.
Sniper.
Sniper.
Maybe they'll handle me like one of those remote urban drone strikes.
Oh, man.
I love it.
We're having some fun tonight. All right. Do you have time, Raz, or do you need to read and run?
No, I can stay rack. I checked out a poetic to come see you.
I see we've got Dante and Bella out on the board. They're both out on the board.
Dante's got to go. Yeah, I think he has to go now or something. He's going to go to bed.
Dante
and we've got. No. I think she's talking to someone in the office.
No, she was saying Dante has to go.
No,
he's got to get
to
to
bed
bed.
soon. He told me. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dante's coming over to go to bed. Thought I'd say.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Going to bed.
Just kidding, Bella. I can't read.
Okay, I'll go. I will go ahead and read Dante's poem. This is called Star Falls by Dante 16, and it goes like this. You know, they say that every now and then a star falls, and when it does spark its heavenly light upon its heavenly body, love can be found. So I think that now that I lay here in the darkness, that one was once filled with your heavenly light, I can't stop to wonder about that soothing, warm voice, that shining, beautiful smile, and yet it feels so heavy to not think of you. For I seen you shine so bright, brighter than the brightest star, and as I reach for you, you drift away so far. In you I found what I most desired, a future together, you my wife. I'm your husband, with kids of our own, with faith, hope, and love. But as I watch to the little blue box, I see hopes and dreams flying away, an entire future unspoken, and days lived vividly. And yet I wonder, how could I fall in love with the one and only beautiful soul among the 7 billion in the world? End poem.
Oh.
Until you got to the white part, I thought you were
Sorry.
I really enjoyed this piece. There's a definite celestial attachment that you bring about. One of those things that are beyond the stars, but you use the stars to help describe it. There's that feeling that you're talking about. It was absolutely stunning. And totally relatable. We could see, the feeling, the emotion, and the pain behind the loss of the person that you're writing about. It's absolutely beautiful. Kind of leaves me a little speechless. Go ahead, Sally. You wanted to say something?
Oh, really? Actually, I have really brought tears. It's beautiful and sad at the same time. You can feel his heart speaking so genuinely. There's so many dreams and so many wishes, but in spite of this light and the stars, he's in dark. Now I lay here in the darkness that once filled with your heavenly light. There's so much longing and yearning, and no, just it doesn't change his heart, even though they're not together. This heart is still there, and it's so beautiful and really sad. I'm so moved. I'm really so moved. My goodness, Dante, beautifully done, and this really read it so beautifully.
Yeah,
you see the stuff in movies. Like in movies, you see this stuff, not in real life. It's really moving. I mean, if I was a movie now, I'd be crying. It's so moving. It really is. So
yeah, that last line reminds me of some of the personal ads that I used to read when they say, you got to be 10 minutes away or 15 minutes away. And he's talking about the billions of souls. It would be fortunate, but to find someone, the girl next door, quote unquote, but the billions of souls in this world, it's foolish to think that you're going to find that person right next door to you. It's like you got to keep an open mind. They may be 10 minutes away, they may be 2,000 miles away, they may be however many countries away. So that thought that that one soul that's meant for you, that you found, out of the billions of souls. That's a beautiful thing, because that's speaks to the we were meant to be, and that's part of the belief that draws you into someone's arms and makes and contributes to that love that you have, and subsequently, or not directly, I guess, but the faith that I'm talking about, you wouldn't believe, someone that you write about like that, capable of doing something, nefarious or underhanded when you heard, or if you heard a rumor, But anyway, Boo, can you comment for Dante?
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the poem, but more I think a lot about his character. When I think about him, I think about the fact that he's still here. He hasn't left. He's still sticking around. He doesn't spread nasty shit about this person. He doesn't talk about this person. He doesn't say nasty things about this person. He's a gentleman. He's classy. He keeps it to himself. He doesn't talk about it. He's never spread anything around. And so I think that says a lot about who he is to begin with. The poem, she shined a light in his life, and now the light is gone, and I felt every word. I've been there, but I feel the pain and the hurt and the heartache, and I just want to know, like, why can't you just get back together? I just want to know that, too. Like, can't you forgive him? I don't know what went on. I don't know my story, and that's the good thing. Neither one has ever talked about it, and I think that's the respect and the admiration, the camaraderie there, and says a lot about who they are. Everybody wants to see you in love, but nobody really knows the inside story. But I think this is really beautiful, and every week he lays it down on the line every time, and his heart's there, and doesn't fade. He's just going to love you forever. And I don't know, I'm praying it works out, and I think it's beautiful, Dante, and tender.
Awesome comment, Boo. And Jay, you read it. What'd you think?
I think it's a stunning piece. It's a piece that is all heart. It flows out, and it just kind of paints that overall picture of someone who really has that desire, that longing. I swear that I was hearing a little Tom Kiefer in my ear, singing "Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone." And that's exactly sometimes what we face. We don't know what we got till it's gone, and sometimes you do understand when you lose it. So I think that this is a beautiful piece, and it shows great heart, and it shows everything about that. So yeah, it was awesome. And hold on one second. Someone just barged through the door unexpectedly. No, just kidding. Hi, Sky.
Hello. Hi, Sky.
Hey, Sky.
Hey,
so
Sky.
what has it true about Sky?
Finished the scary show. She finished her scary show.
Sky is cool.
It wasn't that scary. It was pretty chill.
Mine was. I'm sorry, mine was really scary.
Okay, I would say actually it was kind of scary.
That's why I didn't show up.
Raz, give us the last comment for Dante before we go on.
Yeah, what I perceive here the writer is trying to express is wishing on a dream that you one day want to come true. And so you keep it there in the little blue box. You keep it somewhere nearby and realize there's 7 billion other dreams that are not yours that are yet to light up that night sky.
Oh, wow.
Can I say one thing?
What a comment, my friend. What a comment.
Wow.
Yeah. Can I say one thing real quick? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to say sometimes people can't give you what you need, what you want. They want to, but they just don't feel like they feel you deserve so much better, and they can't give it to you. And sometimes that's not because they don't love you, it's just that they can't. And I just want to say that. So I don't have anything way that person feels about you.
Now, the feeling I think that goes along with that, though, Boo, is you're denying the other person the decision to make themselves. You know, you know, you may not want to hurt them, but at the same time, it's almost unfair. It's an impossible situation to be in the middle of, really. You know, whichever part you are, you know, you've got valid arguments. You know, on the one hand, you want to spend every minute with this person. On the other hand, the person's like, you know, I can't give you every minute. And, you know, at one point you have to respect that and kind of back away, but your heart won't let you. It's really one of those things. I mean, I could totally understand the conflict in his head. It hurts unbelievably. It hurts unbelievably, and you know it's totally relatable, Dante. And you know I get it. I really get it. But anyway, how you doing tonight, Sky?
I'm good. I've got my glass of wine. I'm ready to settle. The rumor's true. Down Sky for a little while.
You got something for us, Sky? I heard a rumor you might have.
The rumor was false. I don't have a poem for you, but I have me, and I have comments that I would like to give to people. That's all I got. Sorry.
Don't say that all like it's worthless. I mean, you know that we're happy to have your company and your comments. I really appreciate you spending time with us.
For a little while, for a little while. I won't make it till 12, but for a little while, yeah.
Oh, you know we tend to keep you up past your bedtime.
Yeah. I've been waking up really early, so.
I think I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that Raz is here and have him read Lawrence.
You want to do that right now? Hold on, I gotta get it. Hey Raz, what time is it?
It's that time where I pretend to be that teleplay writer Lawrence 67 skit.
I guess so. Here we go.
Why could it be that time again? What? Rumors. Yeah. Lawrence 67.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors rumored. The Adventures of Nigel Fat Cat and his home, Alfie, and Rumors rumor. Hello, everybody in Poetry Land. We at Lawrence 67 would like to take this opportunity to dispel some vicious rumors that have been milling about. We have been rumored to have gone prose, and that is a total rumor started by Ralph, the leader of the Chihuahuas, a vicious Hispanic dog gang. And we at Lawrence 67 adamantly deny that we're prose. aside from that nudie dog magazine that Alfie posed naked for called Delicious Bitches. And he was paid under the table. We are not pros, and our bank account can prove that. Thank you for your time.
Naked bitches.
Oh my gosh, Lawrence, you did not disappoint. I saw when you dropped the poem, and I was like, oh, I can't wait. But I waited, and I really appreciate your humor. This is an excellent addition to tonight. You did an amazing job. Let's start with Salwa. What did you think of Lawrence's sense of humor?
I don't know. I think I'm missing something. I get some of it, but I don't get the whole thing. So I was reading it again. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I really think I'm missing something. I'm trying to understand what's the humor. I was focused on the reading of. So give me a second. I'm kind of slow. I'm slow.
Yeah, we kind of get sucked in by Raz's reading. I agree. I agree 100% on that. And by the way, Mocha is back, so we got her back.
Hey, we missed her.
While Stella was gathering her thoughts.
Yay! Okay.
Sty wants to go.
Yeah. Save me.
I think I'll go while Sal was gathering her thoughts. Sometimes, you gotta gather your thoughts a bit. I thought this was so clever, and what I liked about it was that if you read it out loud, which is something. First of all, I always hear Raconteur talk about. One of his favorite things is language and spelling it different on the page and reading it and how it sounds. I hear this guy talk about this all the time. It's literally one of his favorite things.
Yeah.
So I think this was perfect for Rack because it was for Rack because it does that. And it talks. We have been rumored to have gone prose, as in prose poetry, poetry based on, so they can be like regular poetry, and then those long lines that are more like sentences, that are more like prose, that are more storytelling. So he uses that language and gears it towards writing, but then he switches it around and goes, we are not prose, as in PRO''S. But if you listen to it rather than read it, you might not catch that little bit of change and cleverness if you're just listening, because you have to actually see the way that it's spelled. And then I'm not sure who this is, he maybe. He changes it at the end, just a little bit of the way that he spells it. So I think that was really clever how he made that little nod and kind of tucked it in there so neatly. And he didn't do it egregiously either, so it's very subtle. And I happen to know Raconteur is a huge, huge fan of that, so I know that it was perfect for him. So really well done. Yeah.
Thank you, Sky. That's what I was missing. I didn't know. Like I was listening, and then I read it. I said, "What?" Okay. Thank you. Now I caught up. Thank you very much.
Raz, what'd you think?
Yeah, it is a clever word on play from prose compared to the other kind, which you have professionals abbreviated into prose. But overall here, I think it's a great installment of the whole series Lawrence 67 has been saying of Nigel and Alfie, and it does leave you hanging if Ralph is becoming more aggressive towards their end goals.
Awesome. Thank you, Raz. Jay, what'd you think?
Well, I do like this because bottom line is you are dealing with rumors, and it's rumors in such a humorous way that he is able to go ahead and move this like this. And I really enjoy everything that he puts out in this series, because it is about it is about everything. It is about the cats, but it is also about rumors and human condition and what certain people will do and how far they will go to bury somebody else. And I think that is powerful. And I really like that. And before I give the mic up, let us welcome the Firefly herself, Bella. Hello, Bella.
Woo-hoo. Hi, Bella.
Hi,
Bella, Bella.
Hi. Right on time, Bella.
Hello.
I was just going to ask Scott to read for you. I didn't know you were calling.
Hello, Sky. How are you? Sky is
Hi,
there.
Bella.
Can you hear me, guys? Hello?
Yeah. Some of us stay on mute, so
I was in the other room on mute. I'm sorry. Bella, how are you?
I'm here, just chilling like a fucking villain. Hola. Hi, so.
You're a fucking goddess.
Bella, Bella.
Hi.
Are you up to reading, Bella, or do you want someone to read for you tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to read mine for tonight, only for you, Rack. I'll try my best.
Okay, nobody else listen. She's reading it for me.
Okay, I won't listen. I'll close my ears.
Is it me now?
Yes, please.
Let me get it on the board. Hold on one second.
Sorry, Jake.
No problem. All right, it is on the board.
Thank you. Questions to unknown answers by me, Bill. Will you still know me if I mingle with constellations above you? Will you still know me after a plunge to the depth of Mariana from the universe you have created? Will you still know me once I become the blown dandelion in the sky? Will you still know me after you see my soul shivering in the middle of my own darkness, too afraid to stand up from the battles of it? Will you still know me if I shatter in pieces from the pain that is slowly taking over me? Will you still know me after you stare deep in my weary soul and I have nothing left to show but emptiness? Numbness succumbed in my bones and blindness that halted me to see clearly what is in front of me. And if in your heart you find I do, will you scream from the tip of your breath, there you are, I found you, I know the soul, and thank you.
Wow. And combine with Dante's poem and everything else, and I don't know, maybe you shouldn't think about it, but you almost can't help but, because you both kind of mentioned the same thing about finding that one person in the cosmos and the stars. So I can't help but think back to that same thought. It's a beautiful thing, when two people have those kinds of feelings for each other, and you throw around words like fate and everything else, and it's just people could make fun of it however much they want, but there's no denying that feeling. There's no denying the emotion that you bring out, and the connection that's there. Even when you express, I won't call it doubt, because it's just a feeling that's unavoidable, and it goes back to what I was saying about faith, I think, because as much as you could say, it's possible that they wouldn't know you, you're not saying it because you believe that possibility. You're saying it because you just want to hear them say it out loud. It's almost that comforting thing, and you want them to dismiss that possibility. That's kind of the ugly thing, I think, that surrounds this whole rumor nonsense, in the sense of that doubt that you know, the fact that it is possible, it's an undeniable thing. But you know, at the same time, you know, I keep throwing that word around, the thought around that, you know, it's not likely. You know, and as unlikely as it is, it's still possible. You know, yes, but you know, it comes down to who you choose, what you choose to believe. I think, which is like, you know, your head and your heart arguing with each other. So it's really a roller coaster, and you know, I can feel that in your words, Bella. This was absolutely stunning. Thank you for sharing that tonight.
Thank you.
Jay, what'd you think?
This is just Bella at her best. Just reaching in through our throats and taking our heart out and holding it like only she knows how to hold in the most beautiful, painful way. And I know that soul. I know that soul.
Beautiful comment. Sky, can you comment for Bella?
Yeah, so I'm going to take this to a little bit a personal comment, but then it's going to loop around. So just hold on to your computers, everyone. It's going to be a long one. So the thing I love about this is that lately, like I've always had my Mimér's writing. And recently, I had come across a whole new suitcase of her writing, very randomly, because my mother had sold her house. And so I've been delving into journals, actually, not just her poetry, but actual written journals of her and my grandfather's first dates, their anniversaries, like everything. And my grandmother died when I was quite young, so I didn't really know her. So when you think about the ideas of rumors, and you think of that can not only be taken into effect of like he said this and she said this, but rumors could also be boiled down to what someone says about someone else. So in essence, the only things I really know about my Mimère, because I was so young when she died, technically are rumors. Because they're stories. Yeah, they're stories that my mother has given to me, and those technically are in other people that have given me. So those are technically rumors. And because she's passed, those are the only insight I have to her. Now, looping this back into your poem, this reminds me of this aspect, because these are the questions that you're asking. When I mingle into the constellations, when I'm no longer here, when I'm God, and nothing but dust and stars in the sky, will you still know me? And that's a really big question to ask. Will I be remembered? Will you know for me? And a benefit that I've gotten from having these journals written in these first-person perspective of my Mimère is that I get to know her on a different way because it's from her perspective. And I think that in your piece, as writers, and she was a writer, and you are a writer, and as writers, we get a something that not everybody gets. We write ourselves into our poetry. We write ourselves onto the page. And people can take that with them long after we mingle to the stars. But there's still that question, that beckoning. So I love that about your piece. You know, I become blown to dandelions. Will you still know me after you see my soul shivering in the middle of my own darkness, too afraid to stand up? So even when you're talking about, so the first part I'm thinking, after death, but there's also those dark places that can often feel like a death inside, those dark places that we visit inside of ourselves, and we have to have other people pull us out. I think it is a beautiful concept and question, and yes, it has those tones of sadness because you are thinking about those darker times and those darker places, and perhaps even moments that there's no earthly foot on the ground, but there's also that wanting to be known. And I think that there's a bit of an advantage for writers because someone someone will remember one of us, hopefully, when they read something that we wrote. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Really well done. I told you it was a long one. I hope you buckled in. And comment.
Excellent comment, Guy. I like how you brought the journals into it, because that almost dismisses any kind of rumor, because it's almost like getting it from the horse's mouth, you know?
Yeah. She always gets me. Thank you very much, Guy. I love it.
Thank you, Bella. Yeah.
You're so
Mocha, can you comment for Bella?
She ended up dropping. Her connection is bad tonight. I think it has something to do with Blog Talk. Yeah,
quite possibly. Jay, did you want to comment?
I already did.
Can I comment?
I think
Can I comment?
I think the boss, Sella, Raz. There you go, Sella.
Yep. We're gonna make Sella wait. No, let's make her wait.
Okay, that's fine.
Go ahead, Sella.
I don't know, whenever Bella reads, she moves me. The way she reads with so much emotion, and her words, another story. This is the second or third time I read this poem. Hearing you read it, it's different than I read it. Then I read it myself. You really gave me shiver. I really mean it. You made me shiver. Just so much in there. What I like, especially the stanza, moved me so much. Where is it? I put it there, I think. Will you still know me after you see my soul shivering in the middle of my own darkness, too afraid to stand up from the battles I've seen? It says a lot. You've been through a lot, Bella. And there is so much deep pain and fear. But there is, with this wish, the question, I agree with Raconteur, the question, want to hear yes. Don't want to hear no. That's what I want to hear, all these questions. There is fear, but there is desire to hear yes. And you do this at the end by saying, here you are, I found you, I know the soul. So you know the answer, you want to hear it. It's just so moving. I'm just speechless. I will absolutely put this on front page. It's timeless. Just timeless like you, Bella.
Very much.
Love you, Bella.
I love you. Thank you very much so much.
My pleasure.
Raz, can you comment for Bella?
Yeah, Mama Chusa was definitely a dear part of the site. She left me a remark over a year ago. It's hard to believe that she's now dead. I think this commemorating her work here is definitely a dedicated and of greater love for someone who did in fact support all of these rights and writers at allpoetry.com.
Agree. I love Mama Chanza. Oh, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama always
Absolutely.
contest,
I
and
love
then
her.
Me too.
yes, I love her.
I agree.
She
I agree with that.
You get the last
You
comment,
didn't
Boo?
love her, right?
Yeah, I think she would love. Obviously, she would love this. This is so beautiful. I remember the contest. I think all of us can say that we got most of our trophies from her. I know I can, and she believes, and this is a beautiful dedication. Nobody could forget you. It doesn't matter where you are, where you go. You're impossible to forget because you are light and love and beauty and so many other things. A fast act, intelligent, beautiful woman. And so you're impossible to forget. And it doesn't matter where you were. And this is heartfelt and beautiful dedication to her. I could feel how much you love her, and I feel it in your heart. And I hope none of us know when we're gonna go, but I'd know you if you were there. Great poem. I think it deserves front page too, Sally. I'll see you get there first.
I did already. Beat you, Boo.
Damn you.
I heard a rumor Mama also went to have back.
The war is on. The war is on. Boo versus Sawa in a throwdown. The front page. The front page throwdown.
Celebrity deathmatch.
Love you, Firefly.
Love you, Boo. I'm gonna read the board, Boo. I sent you a message right there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Did you want to go next, Boo?
No, I'm not done yet. Almost. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. It's cool.
You know,
hey, I'll tell you what. Let me throw mine out there. I would love to go ahead and throw this. I was kind of hoping Titus would be here, but he, like I said, he's probably sleeping over in the UK. He might be listening right now because he always pops in. But this is a little something I wrote for him and his wife, and I hope you guys like it.
You're so sweet.
De Rumori di Amore by JCA. Whispers sifted from the Olympus plateau, maiden, the strawberry fields, the bounds aglow, slides for the eyes of a boy's fond fodder, face and the voice, grain's picture show ponder. From hawthorn to palm, bamboo to the rowan, to Gore's white quill, or the pen of Miss Bowen, water and the oil in the soil feet tread, brain finds the lovers dream in the same bed. Hands on clock faces move on, but he stays. Storms drop the thunder, the clouds black now gray. Pens the verbs, the adjectives, the nouns, songs over mountains, the oceans around. Steelyard of rocks and balances the weight, rainbows from mouths, lovers at the gate. Eros wisps the name Titus Llewellyn to gods that will listen, in the rumors are swelling. Is this the Titan sans the defeat? Kronos failed to hear the man bleat? Letters scrawled in the fingertip ink? Mountains crumble and the vessels sink. Miss Maureen in India dwell, depth of the sea, this fire shan't quell. Borders and the walls, the rivers running, the Aster Garden, on them haste coming. Lute and the lyre, the lovers in the songs, hands bound in the twine, rumors now gone.
Whoa! This is
That was amazing, Jay. I love that whole thing. Especially with the head of the work. I mean, you totally did give him justice in this trip. It's absolutely great, amazing. You know, he's gone and done for I can't tell you how many. And you've been the subject of them. You know, you, Boo, and he's gone around and honored a lot of people. But you know, you did this in almost his style. You know, it's one of those things that Tick-Mack Poe game or whatever the heck it's called. It was one of those that you could put his poetry next to yours, and he'd be like, you know, I'm not sure. You know, you did a great job doing it in kind of in his voice. And you know, the subject of what you said was totally awesome. I mean, this whole thing was great. Great job, Jay.
Yeah, the whole thing about it is, what I want to mention is they were separated for 29 years before they got married. She ended up moving to India to take care of her mother. And so he was in the United Kingdom wooing her, courting her all the way from the UK while she was in India.
Yeah, that's an amazing story, and that's not a rumor. Awesome. That's awesome. Let's start with Raz. What'd you think, Raz?
Yeah, how Titus Ewan is celebrated on this site is definitely a significant highlight here. What this poet has brought with the table, you feel that sense of legend to the writer, how he's created a kind of cultural mythos here on an underground level, and that expounds whether or not anything we know about this writer is just a rumor or a myth.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Jay's creating the Titus urban legend, the legend of Titus. Fantastic piece. That's a great comment, Raz. Boo, did you want to comment?
Yeah, it's pretty nice, Jay. This is a unique tribute. I'm surprised you went with this, actually, but that's a good thing. He does write tributes for everybody, and his story is so beautiful. He even has a whole book about it, about his love for his wife, and that's patience right there. The long distance sucks, but damn, I think 29 years is a long time to wait. And your words were beautiful. Your read perfect as always, and so you're a fan in India, so I love the poem.
Boo, guess what the number was?
10, 20.
9.
No, it was a 10.
Lord. Of course it was.
Great job, Jay. Great comment, Boo. Sky, can you comment for Jay?
I thought it was absolutely done. I like the SoundCloud, definitely the music behind. And I don't. I know Titus, and I've read a lot of his work. I wouldn't say I know him like on a personal level. So I liked this because though I've read many of his pieces and enjoyed many of them for years now. I think on AP. I don't know if I knew. Well, I know I didn't know any stories like this or this much about him, so I really like how you kind of bring in this tribute piece and bring in a piece of him. And sometimes it's hard for us to do that ourselves all the time, and it's nice once in a while when we see tribute pieces such as this and things that tell our stories appreciate it. I liked the language, especially down in the. Actually, it was quite quick. So in the second stanza, I really enjoyed the language and the way that was written. And then, of course, these quotes, which is that. What are the quotes for? Or is that?
Oh, the quotes are the. I'm saying the god Eros is speaking. That's
he's
kind of
speaking.
his.
He's speaking. Yeah, into Titan.
Yeah.
So I know that he writes a lot of poetry that does bring in that type of Greek mythology and things like that. So I think it is all in all not only to his story but a wonderful play on things he also enjoys, which you do often. You're very attentive to what. Like when you write for me, you'll tuck in a few gemstones because you know that I like gemstones. So I like that it shows that you're very attentive to others around you, and you're able to put that into your pieces to kind of give back to them, which is always really nice in a poet. But really well done. Really well done.
Yeah, the two gods I used was Eros, which is the god of love, and Kronos, which is the god of time. So, so that they fit well into this story because of the 29-year love story. So that's why I wanted to bring those two in.
Fantastic piece.
I do have to say good night now. Thank you, guys. Excellent poetry.
Thank you, Sky.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you,
Thank you, Sky. Good night.
Rest easy. Look out for Freddy in your dreams.
Pleasant dreams, lullaby.
I'm gonna make Sala think I forgot about her and not let her comment. Or should I let her comment, Jay?
That's up to you. I heard a rumor she doesn't want to comment. No, I'm joking.
Why are you picking up on me today, Raconteur? Are you picking up on me? No, what's the word?
Picking on.
Picking on you?
Picking on.
Picking on. Not picking up. Picking. I said picking up. Sorry. I'm tired. Sorry. I love the picture. How did you get hold of it? Beautiful picture. Incredible. It's like from a movie or something. De Rumori d'Amore. I love how so many things. I love the music, the read, the wording, the rhyme, and how you really brilliant. I found it brilliant how you added. It started as a rumor of love, and it happened at different time in Olympus Plateau. Not even now, and they travel all over the place. Where's this one? Hands on clock, faces move on, but she stays. Storm drop the thunder. The clouds, black now gray, pens the verb. No, that's not the one. What's wrong with me? I can't find it. The mountain. The one about the mountain. I really like this one. I can't find it. Yeah, I was right. Sorry, adjectives and nouns, songs over the mountain, the ocean around. And you really gave a piece of who's Titus, his verbs and his acts, how he writes and how and the balance. There's a lot about him, about the love, about the time, the separation, vessel sink. It's like you're narrating a story of out of time. But and I like how you put in the author note, may they continue in this love story. How beautiful. I'm sure he will love that. Truly, truly beautiful. Well done, Cecilie. And this is going to be commended, on the one of the drops.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
At least once a year there's Freddie again, Rack.
Hey, I've got it in the studio. Don't tempt me.
Oh, all right. We got a couple people that may not be calling. I see Naomi on the board. Do we know if she's calling in, or does she need a reader?
No, she's not going to call in. She does have audio. Soul is not.
Okay.
I don't think Soul's going to call in either. She's going to have an audio, but Boo is ready to go. If we can go ahead and get her going.
Yeah, I'm always worried she's going to get pulled off. I'm always worried she's going to get pulled off the phone.
Yeah, she's going to kick our ass if she can't go. Yeah, so that's the rumor I've heard.
I'm always nervous too. Like, depends on who's going to, be there. First, I just want to say that this isn't to anybody personal, so don't take it. I know I'm going to get notes about this. Just thought I just thought I'd preface it with that first, but because someone's going to say some shit, sure. But I was in a very cranky mood, and so sort of, yesterday, Jay, when I was on one of those, or Rack, probably both. Well, that was you, probably, Rack. I was in a mood, the mood and stuff. So anyway, I wrote this on my lunch break about that certain gal person, sort of, but it's about nobody here. I just want to say that. But I'm trying to put my my screen to trigger. Okay, sorry. I was trying to put something in there. Oh, there we go. Is Mocha left, huh? Is she on the board?
Yeah, she's here on the board.
Okay, it's called Lyrical TKO. Oh, shit. The bras have come off and claws come out. We've got two retards down and dirty in this bout. Leave the extra chromosome at home, no doubt. A couple of washed-up washouts shouting for clout. Either way, okay, a lyrical menage a trois, but there ain't no fucking way I'm smashing your tanks now. It's a big dog, bitches. Eat all of you, little pup. I wear a condom and a cup when I beat that up. Let's get mad. We're ready to rumble. Someone stumbles in the ring and begins to fumble, fumbling for her words during a hoe thesaurus. This is catastrophe, so old I call it. Thesaurus, and I'm not talking about the one here. She thinks she's a T-Rex with words up split, already punched drunk before I even threw a hit. One line in and the hack begins to cough, so slipped her up and her fell off. 1D cup, but there's others. Lopsided like this battle. You're so lessened. A freeze done broke your brack ass.
dilapidated those old hip joints, so let me off some courtesy and allocate some AP points. Now run along and buy yourself something nice, kid. In the brown corner, standing 5'2", weighing at 205, backstabbing hoes filled with lies. You think you're working some voodoo and casting a spell? Trick, go do it, doobie, and you do it so well. Spitting shit rhymes and have already been coined, a kick out of every group that you've ever joined, including AA. But hey, what can I say? You're anonymous here. It brightens your day. Try solidify those walls as they're crumbling down. But I wanted to go Jericho when you went up against Clown. The Jeremiah messed up. You got straight dismissed. Listen, Linda, listen. I've made your neck go exorcist. With an extra twist, I call your poetry disease. Just like a cyst shows up your knot with a twat and fit your ass with my wrist. Then I loan you a transvestite verb like LGBTQ vow, and as soon as you clean your wound, you can throw in the towel. Now how is I breaking it in while I take you from behind because I'm a fucking with a goddess and I'm sick twisted mind. That poem.
I didn't
know.
Damn.
You know, I got a love-hate relationship with rap. You know, it's got a pop.
All right. It's okay.
It's got.
Let me get it.
I was in that kind of mood.
No, you did a great job with it. That's what I was leading up to. As much as I dislike it, you know, there's nothing really to dislike about this. The way that you came up with, you know, the snaps, or however you want to put it, you did a fantastic job. It's one of those, you know, the insults came flying, and you know, lyrical menage a trois, and all the other lines that you threw in there were just, you know, absolutely perfect. I could see this winning a rap battle. This was really cool. Let me ask someone that probably knows a little better. Raz, what'd you think?
Yeah, there's great form here at taking out the opposing side, what you have with freestyling, and they were slammed, called nothing more but the imitation form of underground poet in the words of the performer. And so you have certain lines which stand out. Why? You were thrown out of every group you've ever been in, which includes AA. And that other line, how a transvestite verb would be LGBTQ to the vowels. And that's pretty harsh. If a person really had gone there and they're gay, well, how come it's just a verb or use of language?
Yeah, she's playing on the transitive verb, you know, transvestite verb, transitive verb. Beautiful. Nice catch, Grass.
Transitories.
Great comment. Sawa, what you think?
I'm so sorry. I really don't get it. I'm so sorry. I feel like the people are fighting. I'm fighting. That's what I see in the rap, but I really don't get it. No.
It's a battle.
I don't. It's a battle, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a rap battle. It's like one person trying to put down the other person, and the other person coming back with, you know.
Oh, so this is a conversation, not one person. I get it. I was so confused. Now I didn't get that. I thought it was person.
Like Sawa, this is a retort of someone else talking. What? This is the retort.
Like
it is half a conversation, but it's read like it's interactive because she's kind of responding for the other person at times as well.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I never seen this before. This is the first time I see you write like this. Never seen anywhere before, so this is all new for me. I don't know. I don't even know what
negative, it's not your cup of tea. You don't have to say anything. It's very negative. So, it's supposed to be.
I'm gonna find. Okay.
I actually had three different things I was going to read. I should have read the other one, I think, but
Maybe later.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I think Mocha heard you, Boo, and I think Mocha's back.
I think I am back.
That's the right person to comment
Oh,
on.
she came back just in time.
I'd rather read you my other one later, Rack, because I have another one that thinks better, but...
Alrighty.
Boo. This was awesome. I mean, you fumbled a little bit on the reading of it, but it was
I know.
it's well written. Like, I don't even have to worry about your musicality when you write things that are musical themes because you're a musician. You're fantastic at cadence and keeping a beat. But your lines, oh, you went straight for the jugular. Like, I loved your cute little pun, this catastrophe so old. I call her Felinosaurus. That was hilarious. Like, where did he even think about? And then he talked about her boobs being lopsided and getting kicked out of AA.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, this was. But you're anonymous here. If that brightens your day, that kills me. This was so good. This is a perfect battle rap, man. And like, I'm glad that it's just purely jokes because if I were the person that you were responding to, I'd feel really bad after this.
Well, this went back and forth for like this went back and forth for like 8-9 times. It was never ending.
Oh my God.
It's a good stress reliever for me. I hate to say it.
I know, but I would love to do it, but I just can't bring myself to do it to people that I know that I have to be good with afterwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
Great comment, Mocha.
Boo. I will hire
Thank you.
with Bitcoin later on tonight.
I have a question
That's
for
my
Boo.
rumor.
Yeah.
Bella has a question.
Yeah.
What is a twat?
Twat's like a punani, you know?
Is it a putang?
Yeah, Poontang, yeah. And Jericho is the Palestinian city, you know, it's very biblical, Jericho. I couldn't see it very good because my phone's light sucked. That's why I fucked up on the reading. Yeah.
I have a name for a putang. It's a twat.
There you go. Twat.
Only Boo can get me up and high, man. I don't need weed and shit. I love you.
Love you. I could have read it better if I could see. My phone's light sucks, but thank you, Bella.
Have a newer
You know how I feel about my rap battle, Bella. You know, I've had that phase for a while. It's just a good stress reliever for me.
I'm laughing really hard right here, dude. Thank you. Fucking got me up, dude.
I think Rack would have preferred my first original one better, though. That was funny.
No, that's cool. That's cool. On topic and
I'll torture you with it
conversation
later
ready.
at some point.
No worries. No worries.
I heard the rumor
you want to wrap up comments on this, Jay?
Oh gosh, Boo went down, took it up, and laid down the smackdown. That's all I got to say. Is yep, it's you know what? Somebody is just right now face down. Forget about it. Drop the mic. There goes Boo.
Aptly named PKO.
Dead on arrival. Thanks, Jen.
Hey, Boo, this wasn't with Boston, was it?
No.
Okay. So if we read that one next, we couldn't expect it to be some kind of response to yours.
No, I like Boston.
Well, she wrote for tonight, so I was, haven't gotten anything from her yet, so I don't know what to expect. Should I be afraid? Who did she give us an audio, Jay?
No, she did not give us any audio. I have to read for her.
What do you think, Boo? You want to read for her?
Who just read?
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or whatever.
Boo loves to read, though. Boo loves to read.
That just show, by the way, I just read that shit. That was embarrassing.
Do you want to read more?
Let Mocha read, then I'll read the next one, or whenever you want me to. That's cool.
I don't mind at all, actually, because I kind of just got back.
The connection's gonna drop out on me.
From Boston.
Let's not jinx it. Been doing well so far.
Rumor has it you're hanging out on purpose.
What?
Elephant, here comes the bottle.
Not a well-founded rumor. But I'll read.
I'm kidding.
I'll read.
Please do.
Everybody else has been doing so much work tonight. So this is Elephant. The Elephant Spins Near Center Stage by Boston with a Z. Her weighted footprints punctured back alleys, shaded by street lamps, once lit under the neon chatter of whistling horns, traffic parties, and toasted brews. Swallowing bubblegum pop, this ebony princess fans a garnished canopy with pinwheel colors spun thick like saltwater taffy. Sticky fingers lay trace with spiced breadcrumbs throughout her hollow peanut tweets. Mirroring cyclones littered debris inside her playground walls. She played tango, two-step, sliding 8-ball, corner pockets of chorus of suited tag-alongs, dogs, monkeys, mice, and Indian thieves, trapping men to follow Pied Piper's howling call and cackle fall through her pigeonhole noose, scratching the shaft and curve that bend a bottleneck century to spill swigs over tabletop lugs and drizzle a skidding surface with black ice. Blanketing the pavement, marking a streamlined trek of treads worn slick, blinking lights siren that sleeplessness of my wrinkled sheets, and I write on the tablet of my kaleidoscope sky. The starry bed of childish feelings floats behind the gray clouds, dressed in cinder's gown and pink lace panties. As batting eyes and crimson lips spit acid tips, lining the trace of a dove's coo, I sketch the passing moon, scrapbooking high on my upper step, Irish coffee cupped with my purr, humming to the bars of keyless entries over a city swept by puppets, prancing ponies, and tabloid junkies. Newsday flash, I'm smiling in my silver groove. End poem.
Wow. I love the billiard references in the middle of this, just because I'm a fan of the game. But the whole thing is gorgeous too. The lyrical references, the poetic, literary references are fantastic. And it's just the elephant reference in the beginning. I like that because that sends my mind really in like 12 different directions. This was fantastic. I definitely need to read a little more. She's one of those people. I've heard her name forever, but I've never really sought out. My fault. If her stuff. So I'd almost say she's kind of legendary. She's been around a while, I know, but over at Rhymer Show, she was part of the group and everything, but I never crossed paths with her really. So I've heard her name almost for as long as I've been here, but I've never
been around much lately. No.
Yeah.
She's cool.
It's just
we'd like her. She's funky from New York.
Yeah. Well, that was how I got to know Beast. She started talking, and then someone made a comment about her accent. I'm like, hey, what accent? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. She ain't got no accent. But anyway, yeah, I really appreciated this. And you did a great read, Mocha. Thank you for helping us out tonight with that. You know, it gets to be hard sometimes with the show, especially that I can't participate. Oh, look who's on the board! I see a name that's familiar. It's one of those things, you know. Really. Let me get you a couple of comments, Boston. Boston's.
She said she was going to give us all in here in a second, so.
Oh. It's my bad then. My bad.
It's okay. She might not have seen it. She's like, "Hi everyone. Sorry I missed that. You know, yes. Yeah, she's going to call in here in a second. But if you want to get a comment from one person, that's fine. No, wait. Here she is. No, that's California. Is that you, Boss B? No, that's Arbella. Yeah, everybody's from California here, so.
Well, I guess the Beach Boys. I wish they. Anyway.
Here she is. Here she is. Hey, B, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm sorry. I was with the baby, so I couldn't.
The legend, the myth. Here she is.
I needed a minute.
Yay! She's back.
Hey, everybody.
Hey there.
How are you?
Yeah. You totally missed. Mocha read you so well. It was great.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't think you were going to be able to call in.
Why don't we let her read it? Why don't we let her read it?
I wrote on. I think you missed I wrote on the wall, but you didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm actually a little blind, so I miss a lot that goes on the wall. I'm sorry. That's my fault entirely. But I'm glad you're here, and I could finally hear your voice and get to know you a little bit. I've seen your name since I first signed up, and you know.
And who are you?
I'm sorry.
Who are you?
Raconteur. This is Raconteur.
Oh, okay. I remember you from a long time ago.
Yeah, but we were never on the same show, were we?
I don't know. I used to call in a lot.
I don't
more
know. You know he's from New York.
Ancient history.
I'm from Boston. I'll forgive you.
Uh-oh, the rivalry's starting up. They're going to go back and forth now.
Jay, the boss says you need to let her read her poem.
My son is there. I'm actually.
B, you want to go ahead and read it?
Read what?
Your poem.
Your poem. We want to hear you read it.
Oh, you want me to read it? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
It wasn't rumor, but it was let me find it. This was you know how we all do stuff on AP? So I was basically ranking incognito, I guess, or whatever. So the elephant spins center stage. Her weighted footprints. You ready? Footprints punctured back alley, shaded by street lamps, once lit with the neon chatter of whistling horns, parties, and toasted brews. Swallowing bubblegum pops, this ebony princess spans a garnished canopy with pinwheel colors spun thick like saltwater taffy. Sticky fingers laid trace with spiced breadcrumbs throughout her hollow peanut tweets, mirroring cyclone glittered debris inside her playground walls. She played tango, two-step, sliding 8-ball, corner pocket, a chorus of suited tagalongs, dogs, monkeys, mice, and bees. Trapping men to follow pipe, pipers howl and call, and cackle fall through the pigeonhole noose, scratching the shaft and curves that bend a bottleneck sentry to the spill twigs over tabletop lungs and drizzle skidding surface with black ice. Blanking the pavement, marking a streamline of treads worn thick. Blinking lights firing the sleeplessness of my wrinkled sheets, and I write in the tableau of my kaleidoscope sky. The starry bed of childish ceilings float behind the gray crowds dressed in Cinder's gown and pink lace panties. As batting eyes and crimson lips spit acid sips, lining the trace of a dove's coo. I sketch the passing moon scrapbooking high on my upper step, Irish coffee cupped with my purse, humming to the bars of keyless entries over to be swept by puppets, prancing ponies, and tabloid junkies. Newsday flash. I'm smiling in my silver groove. And
Wow, I think that's very clever. I like a lot of the references that you made from the 8-ball to, and I apologize that I'm not quoting you directly. I can't see very well, so a lot of it from memory. But I mean, that this is a very impressionable piece. And if I was sitting here with a pen and paper, to quote back, there's quite a few bits that you did that were stellar. The back and forth, the what was it, Ebony Princess you called her? The bubblegum popping. Right. The bubblegum popping was very, very visceral. I mean, this whole thing, the attitude, it was dripping with attitude. You did a fantastic job with it. I'm glad we were able to hear you read it as well. Not that Mocha did a bad job reading it. It's a little different in the author's voice. I really appreciated it.
Yes. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's been a while. Yeah,
let me get you a couple of comments, and if Boo promises not to start rap battling with you, I'll let her go first.
Okay. Hey, Boo.
Hey, what's up? I haven't seen you in forever. I was like, this will be good.
I know.
You got to come visit us more often. You always bring it with, that was kind of like the venom and mixed with class and race at the same time. And the way you read it was sort of full of like sarcasm. And I don't know who you're talking to, but the elephant spin center stage. Love the title. She's right there in front of us. We all see her. We all know who she is. But everybody walks around eggshells around her. Nobody wants to ruffle her feathers. She's the queen bee.
Not the men.
Yeah, right. And she's the queen bee. And and her shit don't stink, but really she's just a fraud and a fake. And I think I may know who this is. No. Yeah. And, scorching the shaft and curves that blends a bottleneck century. Well, this deserves a front page. This is receiving with this poetry, poetic, and attitude. I loved it. You nailed it for sure.
Thanks.
And I love the song you put down there, Kick Ass. Come see us more often.
Yeah. I'm going to try.
Thank you. And
Thanks.
Mocha, can you comment for Boston ones? Did we lose Mocha again?
Sorry,
no,
the button.
There she is. Go ahead, Mocha.
I think I know Boston's too. Everybody keeps talking about her as
What was that your original name, Mocha? Because I don't recognize Mocha.
No, it was not. My original name was Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia.
I do know you.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rumor's true.
So, it's really cool to come back and actually, I had the chance to read one of her poems.
Well, thank you.
But yes, it sounds so much better when you read it. Because I was trying to read it and picture it at the same time, so I was very distracted. But you did so well. It sounded so much nicer, so much cooler. I pictured it much better because you gave it this whole attitude and character. And I remember that about you, too. You have this very strong character. You left an impression with your poetry of this general badass woman. And I love that because I saw it in your Ebony Princess, Rackfed. And I love how you describe things. I love the way you layer your metaphors are so nice. I'm struggling with adjectives right now, but I'm sure you can hear the enthusiasm in my voice. I think it sounded great. I think it's so well written, and all of your stuff, if I
you.
remember correctly, has been very, very well written that I remember reading. So thank you for this. Thanks for being here. This is
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
And Bella, can you comment for Boston?
Bella!
No,
I'm up in LA, Bella.
Bella ended up dropping off.
Yeah, Bella dropped
okay.
off.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But she says on the board, Boston, where have you been all my life? And that Boston's is a legend.
I'm not a legend, but I'm here. I'm in LA right now, actually.
Tonight you are.
come over.
Sawa, can you comment?
Come over.
Yes, I would love to. Boston, welcome back. So happy you're here. And you did an amazing
Thank
read.
you. Is that Sawa?
This is
Hi, hon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you? Fabulous all the way. You brought up the quote of life. I like how you gave us a man perspective. You started the imagery so vividly. There's some incredible imagery. Really, I love it. And then you, at the end, after all, we see who she is. She played tango, two-step sliding, and thinking, trapping man to follow. I love that. He's thinking, this is all trapping man to follow. So you describing her and thinking at the same time. At the end, he smiled. Oh, that's really super groove. Yeah. Brilliant, truly brilliant. And I agree with Boo, this should be in the front page. So I'm definitely going to drop it there.
Well, thank you.
And come back more often.
I'm doing fine.
Exactly. Boo and Sawa, I will never get a chance to nominate something for front page. You're both going to beat me.
Hey, Boston, we should hang out. I live in LA too, Boston.
My daughter's had a baby, so I am up here a lot now. I'm right off of Burbank and Sepulveda. Are you near there?
Are you near there? We're 45 minutes. Like 45 minutes in Orange County, Huntington Beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm up here like 4 or 5 days a week now.
Boo and Boston to go to lunch. Rumor at 11.
Watch out, kids. Keep your kids home.
Can you comment? Razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to know you, Boston. You're writing perfectly from what I've seen in this sample of yours. This is modern beat prose. It has that exact tone and rhythm. And what is expressed here, I saw the author's note where you referred to Carl Jung saying that in the mind of the average person, something is always wrong. And whether or not that's true, it seems to be on the subtle social level from how you have any part of a downtown area which no one could just start flipping off that others around them are necessarily morally wrong. So that much is definitely there as to what we do in a common space denominator of society. We know that those around us might be an indication that something's wrong, but it stays buried in the subconscious, and otherwise you go on spending business as normal.
Yeah, it's the world of gaslighting. Yeah, we've become the world of gaslighting.
Yeah.
So just because public opinion might say one thing, we all know, you know what's right or wrong. You have to know, and if you don't, or it's a delusion. So it's kind of crazy.
They're insecure.
What's that?
That's because they're insecure. I used to have someone do that to me, and I actually started thinking to myself, "Wait, was I there? Did I do that?" And then you start thinking, "It's crazy."
It's insecurity as much as it's manipulation, and sometimes
it's
it's like
torture.
If you don't remember what you said, like sometimes I'm not the one listening, and that's not my job. That's your job. And if you said, well, you said this, like, well, did I? So when people catch you in a moment where you're not really sure, then the gaslighting begins because now they have the power, and if you're sensitive or if you're reasonable, you probably give them the space to think that, as opposed to if you do know something flat out and they're trying to convince you otherwise, it's like, come on, I'm standing right here. You don't think I know that? So anyway.
Yeah, it's a
What
different.
am I saying?
I agree.
Hey, you get the last comment.
Well, bottom line is she messaged me earlier and she asked what's the topic. I said rumors. She goes, I don't have any rights about rumors, just abstract rantings. So yeah, she did a wonderful job ranting on this one, but I don't think it's as abstract as she thinks, because I do see them as rantings. Like, bottom line is, I do kind of put them in kind of a state of rumors, because self-introspection often is keyed by what you think other people think of you, and what you hear about that. So I look at that as the rumors that go on the outside that get pulled into us and affect us in certain ways.
It sucks.
It really does.
There you go. The whole show boiled down to 2 words. It sucks.
There's no rumors here. Come on now.
Oh, you don't think?
Yeah, but those are just rumors. It does relate.
Yeah.
When you believe about other people around you, that they're criminals or they commit misdemeanors and felonies, and it hasn't been proven by the government, you can only suspect. Why it fits perfectly with rumors. The impressions of the suburbs in contrast to the downtown areas of the United States.
Oh, it definitely was on
exactly,
top.
Raz.
I was watching. I've been doing a lot of binge watching, and I think it was Fear of the Walking Dead. I was watching, and yeah, they were rationing out the water supply, and they were trying to have the 2 tribes basically get together and merge, and then one person said they're double dipping our water, and all of a sudden the other people are like, we need to get our water before they take it all. And from that one statement, it's like everything just blew up, and then everything fell apart. But it's just, when untruths are spilled and you get enough people to believe it, it's not true. But, everything falls apart, And then the trust is gone, and then everyone's looking to see who's really the enemy. And there was a Twilight Zone on that, too. And the alien said, if you just give them a minute, they'll kill themselves off, And it's kind of sad, but that's kind of what...
I find it's a very circular thought when you start talking about it, and as you elaborate, it involves a lot of faith, and the innuendo comes in, the where did that come from comes into it, the belief, like you were saying, did I say that, that self-doubt, all of that comes into play. So it's one of those things that you could just go around and around on that damn hamster wheel and not get anywhere.
No.
Anyway.
As soon as I hear, have you heard? I'm like, oh, I don't even want to know. Have you heard? Shut up.
Well, I love when I had someone who used to work with me, and she goes, I'm not supposed to say anything, but did you hear? And I'm like, why are you talking? Why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
If not,
the biggest pot stirrers are the ones that say, I don't like the drama. They're the biggest pot stirrers there are. I don't like people get involved in the drama,
Or they'll say, I'm telling you the truth. I'm sorry, you have to, prelude what you're going to say to me.
If you have to qualify it as it's the truth, I swear.
I'm being honest.
Anyway, Jay, let's put Soul up next.
She might call in here shortly, so let's do Naomi first.
Okay.
Okay, let me put name. Whoa! That was wrong. I got the wrong thing out there. Sorry about that. All right.
To me.
Yeah. That was a mistake. I don't know what that was. That was a rumor, guys.
Yeah, that's a rumor. That's what
I heard a rumor that JCA never served in the military. He's really a voice impersonation by someone in Western Europe called Angela Lansky.
Okay. All right, here's Naomi, guys.
That's what we're doing behind the scenes. Jay.
It is 1,000 pities
never to say what one feels. Lukewarm, she stared at him with her insides bubbling and hissing as a raging kettle left sitting on a back burner, asking herself why that smile never crept up to reach those eyes, twitching and itching to scratch the surface, to see if some bitter scar bled beneath his skin, or just plain indifference. Darn him for leaving her marinating in half-hour bath water. Should she climb out or turn on the hot tap? And was it worth the chilly wait? Would the simmering heat seep between her toes and cradle her shivering body, to then leave her strewn across the floor, aching and trembling as just another wet, cold, tossed towel?
Wow, that was wonderful. I love the metaphor, the sitting in the bath water, and what led up to it. The two lines before it, really great imagery, Naomi, and the feeling attached to it was beautiful. This was great. Let me get you a few comments. You still with us, Boston?
I am, and can you give me a minute because I was trying to figure out how to mute my thing. It's been so long, so I have to go over again.
No worries. You take several. Let me start with how about Sawa?
Oh, I love this one. I think I've heard it before. It's goodness. What did I do with the page? What's wrong with me today? I was there, and then here we go. All the rumors about him left her like a mom. It's really different kind of rumors. It's someone who sometimes here, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is the real rumor where she knows it, but she's in denial, and there's all this. Not sure should I believe it, not believe it, but she knows they're true, but she doesn't. She take them. She considers them rumor, but in the opposite, they are true. That's what I see here. And the worst thing is when someone is neglected like this and left not be acknowledged, when they have feeling and desire not be acknowledged. That's what I see. I might be wrong, but that's what I see here. Beautifully read, and she always has something different to bring on the table, and she did it again.
Great comments, Ella. Raz, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. This one speaks out of all the injustices which go on with social media blogging. You have people committing suicide because they're referred in a negative light or tased by some form of medium, Facebook or Twitter, any way that people talk bad about you, and it leads to that kind of psychology where a person might take their own life. And this is a serious public health risk that we're in that kind of social moral dilemma, whether or not it's even safe, what there is of blogging.
Cool comment, Raz. Thank you. Cool. Can you come?
Okay. When your self-worth and your value is based on how many likes you get and how many people watch your videos and whatever, then that's pretty bad. And there's a lot of people like that. They have no self-esteem, and then, when people do that, everybody jumps on board. They don't even know any of the facts, and they just jump on. You can feel alienated. I've seen my daughter's friend killed herself because they were making fun of her on YouTube, and came home and she was hanging from the chandelier, and her sister found her. And that's how much they want to fit in. That's how much they want to be accepted. That's how important it is to them. And never take it as a joke when someone says, and I'm just going to kill myself, because, teenagers throw that around. My daughter does that too. I'm just going to kill myself. Never not take it seriously, because it is serious. And it's to them, it's everything, their popularity and everything. And I think this is sad statistic, but an excellent poem. And the fact he doesn't even give a shit, he leaves her in a freezing cold, lukewarm bathtub, just goes to show you how long she's been waiting for any piece of attention from him. It's a cold bastard, too. So I felt this one, Naomi. Great job.
Good comment, Boo.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
I'm biting at the bit over here.
Go ahead, boss.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it as social media at this point, but with her title, with lukewarm, as a in the Bible, as a Christian, lukewarm is on the fence. So
the book of Luke?
Lukewarm, when you're lukewarm Christian, when you're lukewarm, she hasn't given up and she hasn't gone all out. She's on the fence. It's not a good place to be. You're either for me or against me kind of thing. With her, to me, she's the bubbling, which because the bath, bubbling bath, you think of something positive, but then the hissing. So it's like she's caught between both emotions, between wanting to be there for her, and the other part is just pissed off because he's not. And she's on the back burner. She realizes that. She recognizes that, which sucks, and it takes a lot to get there. But she's still asking herself why. So even after that, she's still asking. And then I think this is really cool where she said the smile never crept up to reach those eyes, where to me it's like when people smile and it's not genuine, their eyes do not connect with the smile. When someone smiles, a fake smiles, their eyes don't move. When it's a genuine smile, their eyes do rise. The twitching and the itching to scratch the surface is like twitching. It's like you want to do it, you want to scratch it, but she just wants to scratch the surface. She's not really wanting to go deep because she just doesn't want to see the truth. And so to see if some bit of blood beneath his skin, to see maybe kind of thing, or is it just plain indifference? Darn him. It's like, no, I'd be saying fuck him at this point, but no, she's like, darn him.
Fuck him.
So now for leaving her marinating, and that word marinating, marinate meat is to make it better. So again, we're caught between a negative and a positive. To marinate something, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but in this situation, it is bad. And then she has to ask herself, should she climb out? Ladies, if you've been stood up, are you going to ask the damn question, or are you just going to go out and grab your hat and coat and go somewhere else? So she goes, was it worth the chilly wait? If you have to ask yourself that, of course it wasn't worth it, And then, but then now she's inviting him in. Now she's thinking, would he be simmering heat between her toes? So she's still wanting that. She's still longing for that because essential. But she's still lukewarm. She has not given up, And then it's like it's almost like she's pleading with him not to do this. Okay, like another wet towel. Am I going to be another ex? Am I going to be another like the person you said you left me for before? Am I going to be like that person? And we don't want to be like the previous person. And so to me, this has a lot of emotions in it, and she still wants to be there with him. And darn it, fuck him. He hasn't shown up. And instead of him being the person to bring her wine and flowers at the flowers to the bubble bath, she's in there waiting for like something to happen, and it ain't gonna happen. So that's my take.
She's waiting for his acceptance, but it ain't ever coming.
That's what I'm going.
No, it's not coming, and he promises it's not coming. Do you know what I mean?
There's something wrapped up in that thought, it's the belief you want to believe, if you get stood up, it could be a plausible reason, and that it's that possibility that makes this so frustrating. It's like, I have a good reason that I didn't show up. I was in a car accident. I'm in the hospital. Okay, well, now I understand. But you don't know that at that point. So you're sitting there and you're questioning everything because you can't know it. So it's really the whole rock and a hard place and faith.
And as soon as the charm goes on, ladies, what do? Whatever that angle was, for the most part, it gets thrown. It doesn't get put in the back burner. It gets thrown in the back door, and you're there. You know. So just saying.
Can I add something here? Yeah, I feel like even in regular relation, not even in like between people, sometimes it goes this way, and there's this neglect and this ignoring, not only on media. That's what I see here too. So and it's the worst. I really should just agree. It's a great poem.
And why do we ignore the red
comment.
flags? We ignore the red flags. You know he's a loser. You knew that shit a year ago, but you're still holding on to that one time he's nice to you. That one time he's sweet to you.
Exactly.
Because there was connection somewhere, and you that connection or that spot that got hit. You know, you that can manifest all kinds of tangled webs, and you just don't want to let go. You know, and you just
can't let go.
Good. It's hard to let go.
Speaking of ignoring, Jay, did you want to comment?
Well, actually, I'm taking a look. I want to mention what Dante said out on the board when Boo asks, why do we ignore the red flags? Or in Boo's typo language, why faux we ignore the red flags? But he says, because people don't show it, they seem happy, but be so sad inside. And I think that is an important point right there.
Communication is important.
I take a look at the song "Better Man" by Pearl Jam, and that right there just absolutely, that song has always spoken to me because you take a look at the chorus. She dreams, she pretends she's in love with him, because she can't find a better man. She thinks that she can't find someone better, and that there's a settling in that. And the way I read Naomi's poem is that there were a lot of promises given to her, and those promises didn't come to fruition. Therefore, the fire within those promises were lukewarm. They weren't promises that absolutely happened. They weren't promises that didn't happen. They were some promises somewhere in between. And it's like it was like a promise of convenience. It's whenever he felt like he should keep his promises. And that's how I felt about her poem. Because
that's kind of like they do when you whistle.
Hold on, Boo. Hold on. Let me finish my thought here, because bottom line is we trust people, and we think of people in certain ways, like that we hope that they're going to come through, or hope that they're going to follow through, and it absolutely sometimes buries us in our lives, and that's the way I saw her poem. And I think it was fantastic the way she put that together. And Laughing Soul is now here. So, hello, Soul.
No.
Hello.
Poetic night. What a poetic night.
Hi. Hey, everyone. You guys are having fun. I've been listening and enjoying to all the rumors. Hey, Zach. Zach, you come up with such intriguing topics. It's fun. Nice.
Yeah, my brain isn't normal.
it's the best kind of normal.
We're going to put Raz up next, and then if you want to go after that, if that's okay. G, do you have time?
Oh, yeah, sure. I've had a busy morning, so I came late.
Let me go grab Raz's poem here. And I want to let everybody know is if we don't get all the poems read today, we will read some on our house on Wednesday at noon Eastern. And, Casey is out on the board, so we're definitely going to have to try to get her quick, unless she's going to call. No, she said she couldn't call. Oh, she's got the Moo Moo Patrol going on right now. I forgot about that. And you look at her profile pic and that cow
Yeah,
outfit she's doing.
The cutest thing I've ever seen, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Bella's too quiet.
Should I do my poem now?
Yes,
sir, Raz.
absolutely.
Okay, here is Flaring Dare. Flaring Dare, of whom dost thou maintain deferring haste, lifeline prepare blading, the scalding bald father time, or Papa Wheelies Willies, the treating nurse affectated to off-hour sex. Beautiful then, the pretty painting, the my shall configure to ponder impressions, denomination. Sweeter than the sweet sugar, contrasting colors, her fairest primeval forest festival, times, reflected banquet. The love letter is torn to pieces, but the eternal devotion lisped here. Search for the right words in the echoes of the vibrant din spare. Riding the lightning blazes, storm horde, a mesh of centralized nervous system, singular trigger, the cell stem. Twinge, twang, the fault line, incidental crop circles, indicted sprang. Total motor vehicles, the orange cone barrier pressed the panic button at the wrong turn. Another winning NFL and NBA season, the target marker, our billboard brills. All was always just as well. They lost the will of power, the global broadcaster to assert restraint towards a control variable. Rembaugh saw 2020. He was not the only one to spend an entire season within hell. Carry on, accelerated mode, the destruction of time and space module. Specification preserved in perseverance, wayward. The relentless iron barmaid, Johannes, hands out the dank equation, lasting barge. Text message in transit, encrypting military coordinated movement inserted in quietly uncouth rage, rear, the steering valves rear. Air current running the velocity of ventilation, gigantic whirling blades, the aviation conclave, mixed tactic, scatter around the inner intestines of mangled harvesters, pesticides to the blackest noise, snow, double whammy. Sad and tragic true, all you see is nothing to lose. Sad and tragedy true, there is nil to think of you. My personal loss of pride, I am not real to them. We pretend to know each other and still be friends. You are the only one who's real or will ever matter. Flaring Dare, of whom treats the social rule to disdain, played for being swayed, played. Waste our days to the alumni patter matter. The learning process should be personal, but the realistic results, defective traits. Any final words thought out but collectively share? The silence recurrent, and I have said peace with the smoke signals of the cellular towers. I have said over the quota meter and chose, these are my final words. Any other thing you heard, these are my final words. Well thought out of the Q-based crow basis, listed as generalizations. Pinch me for a second, another final hour will not suffice on never coming to human touch. Paramedic leading the miserable demise on the sterile structure. Did he actually ever say something? The blank stare implicated unoccupied vacancy signs at Route 8 motels.
I like that. I kind of was I don't know. I won't say lost, but when it wasn't until you got to the point where you talk about knowing each other. Did this really take shape for me? You know, that thought, you know, about what you can kind of reach out and touch speaks volumes for me. And that last line, which just went out of my head again, and I'm sorry, but that last line was great. Read it again for me. I'm sorry.
The blank stare implicated unoccupied vacancy signs about 8 motels.
Oh yeah. Okay, that had me thinking about, you know, we never really know what to believe, you know, and you know, when you combine that with everything else, you know, not knowing, you know, someone unless they're right there, the things that you could reach out and touch, combined with the rumors, you know, made this fantastic for me. I really like that. You know, that those three bits really solidified this for me. Let me get you some better comment. Boston, do you mind going first?
Well, I could, but I was writing on Naomi's, but I'm reading over this now. So
I'll circle back to you. That's okay.
Go ahead.
I'll circle back
because I'm trying to read over it and I only got half of it. So
yeah, he's a mouthful. We love Raz.
And there was a lot to get, so I couldn't catch up fast.
Yeah. So can you comment for Raz?
Oh yeah, sure. Raz, to believe this is written by you is so difficult. But, the pain that you have portrayed through these lines, even though you tried making it sound so scientifically and, all the words that you have used, you want to make it look so, as if you've penned a thesis, but every word is so painful, every line, the cold vibes that rumors spew on relationships, very, very well penned. And I do see a goodbye, which could be a good beginning, in many relationships it does. And although goodbyes are painful, and you do not shy in making it very obvious over here that flaring there, the title is so apt, and some lines are so well complementing the entire theme. Riding the lightning blazes storm hold, a mesh of centralized nervous system, singular trigger, the cell stem. It's so true, when there are, you are in a web of thoughts which are probably, instigated by something you heard, or, maybe it's just your own thoughts or whatever. And then it's not even you who has said something, and the reactions the other person, it just gives birth to so much of toxicity. And I think goodbye is the best thing in such relationships, wherein you are giving in love and you are getting only cold vibes. It kills you, bit by bit, day by day. The weight, the hope, everything just drains you out completely. I think you've done a wonderful write-up over here, Raz. Well.
Thank you. I don't mean the situation is always as hopeless as this poem makes it seem, but it plays along that kind of sadness.
Oh, no, goodbyes are not hopeless. They give birth to new beginnings.
Oh, there you go. Did Bella drop, or did she come back?
Who? Bella's not here.
Okay, she's okay. For some reason, I thought I heard her in the background before, but I'm hearing things too now. Okay, I guess if I can't see things, I'm going to hear things. Salwa, can you comment for Raz?
Yes, this is Raz always puts so much in his poetry. This is how his brain works, and it's I have to read it, Raz, multiple times to grasp it. You won't believe it how many times I read it. I don't know if I did grasp it, but what I see, appreciate your no, I really mean it, because it's so deep, and my brain is tired end of the day. But I love the depth, and I see in your outer note that you talk about disorder, somewhere between silence and sleep, society lost said. And you can feel this. This has really helped me to kind of try to find this in your poem. And sad and tragic, true. All you see is nothing to lose. Sad and tragic, true. There is nil to think of you. My personal loss of pride, I'm real to them, as we pretend to not know each other and still be friends. We are the only one who's real or we matter. At the end, really who matters to a person is yourself. That's so true. I mean, we can lose friends. We talk about, and I don't think you're pessimistic. This is part of life. We lose friends, we lose people, we lose connection, we lose even, it could be love, whatever it is. And at the end, it is true, it is painful. It's only you there for yourself, and then you say, there's so much in there, pinching it for a second, another final hour, never coming to him in touch. I mean, you can go on forever with your poem, but that's what I grasp. I hope I'm right for once. So tell me yes, please, Russ.
Hold on, before he comments to you, I want to say we're almost off the air for people who are out listening in the internet land. So we really appreciate you guys, and we will continue on in overtime here. So go ahead, Raz. Answer what Selwa has for you.
Yes or no, that's all. I don't know, I'm trying so hard.
No, this is really more along the lines of becoming isolated to the point of which you understand that those around you, they're being used by other people, but they're not aware of the fact. And so the character in this poem, before they died, wanted to confess that in reality there is that singular self which survives, like you're saying, in society. But what you hear overall, that's not the function of the system. There has to be a greater whole. There has to be all these people working simultaneously, or otherwise that individual self is not at the same time simultaneously the truth. It's a kind of a social paradox, the whole proposition of flaring there.
Thank you. Thank you, Russ.
All right. I guess we're going to start limiting comments, unfortunately. I'm used to being able to talk and ramble. We got a lot of rights tonight, and fortunately, I guess.
Well, what we'll do is we will get the people who are on the line right now, which are Raz, Soul, and everybody say hello to Casey.
Yay, Casey.
Hello, Casey. Hello, your son. Is he sleeping? What was that? Are you trying to wake her son up?
Oh gosh. No, I actually was out and about, and I got in just a little bit ago, so.
Okay.
We're glad you could join us, Casey. We're just getting comments for Raz's poem. I think we still have to get Jay. You didn't comment yet.
No, I did not. And Raz, you once again destroyed my brain. He does that so often, and you keep on doing that. I'm not gonna have anything left. But I did see some things. We're talking about rumors here, and we're talking about how this can relate to such a thing. And once again, there's kind of when you're talking about. I'm looking at the total motor vehicles, the orange cone barrier, press the panic button in the wrong turn. Another winning NFL and NBA season, the target marker, our billboard brills. It's like just do whatever we have to do to succeed. And kind of trade everyone their reality for what we want to put as their reality. The deception. Put little things here, little things there to deceive everything. And I noticed that you used a song from System of a Down. I love System of a Down, so I think that is an awesome point as well. So I really enjoyed what you did here, Raz.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, that in of itself kind of is a different paradox. You have the NFL and the NBA, they can't lose a single season, the actual franchise, but the teams do, in fact, have to somehow throw in the towel in order for one to win the end game of the goal.
Great point.
All right. Let's put Soul on the board, and then we could do Casey.
All right. Let me get Soul. We do have audio for her, so I will play that. There it is. Okay.
Ruth, the Witch of the Moors, a poem by Laughing Soul. Have you heard of the witch who sings? They say her name is Ruth. Whoosh in her cauldron she brews a storm, with a smidgen of wisdom and a sprig of truth. Her roseate lips a blush of moon, her voice a serene murmur over the vales. Her eyes beguiled every passerby, for they wove a starry night of mystical tales. Folks gather around her little hut, their aching hearts she soothed. She knew the art to tack a soul forlorn, with a feather of hope their dreams she renewed. Have you heard of the witch who sings? They say her name is Ruth. Whoosh in her cauldron she brews a storm, with a smidgen of wisdom and a sprig of truth. But lo, the king summoned her on Hallows Eve, sent her off to the gallows, bawled the nasty knaves, 'cause they feared the folks would learn their dreams to sue, and they'd lose their obedient dolor slaves. Off she ran with her cauldron to the woods, o'er the hills and moors in her blooming youth. That's her, the witch you hear croon at night, singing the soulful ballet of truth. Have you heard of the witch who sings? They say her name is Ruth. Whoosh in her cauldron she brews a storm, with a smidgen of wisdom and a sprig of truth. End poem.
Wow. Whoa.
That was pretty awesome. I like the repeating line. That gives it an extra haunting feel to it. Trying to make out what was going on in the background a little bit. It almost, in the beginning, sounded a little like you were in a subway. I don't know why. I mean, maybe my ears were really
fan was on. Because my fan was on, and it's so difficult to record. Sometimes I just don't get the space and the quiet. Like now, I've got these bloody dogs howling over here. So
yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if it was part of the music that I was missing something, or if it was outside noise interference. Okay. The poem itself, though, I like the idea about and folding in the witch and the truth. She's just trying to do her thing, and she's being vilified for it, basically. So part of it, is the rumor of what's actually happening and twisting what she's doing. So you took great example of that. Really beautiful. I really enjoyed it very much. I'm sorry. Let's start with Casey. Can you comment for Soul, please?
Yeah. Oh my God, I just loved this so much. I wasn't gonna comment tonight. I was gonna try to avoid that, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm not really thinking straight, but what I want to say is that this was absolutely beautiful. I love the repetition of the "Have you heard of the witch who sings?" And then the ending was so it just kind of grips you in the stomach, and I thought it was awesome. I really liked it. I pinned it to my profile because I just loved it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Casey. I'm sorry. Salva, can you comment, please?
Oh, this is really beautiful. And the Moors in Spain, not anywhere. The Witch of the Moors. The Moors of Spain. Everyone knows the Moors, right? so this is really brilliant. You took us back in time, and when you think about it, how many people been accused of witches in reality and been burned? The witches of Salem and France, they burned them everywhere. Witches like this is like really brought it right away. My mind took me there, and how it's like a legend. I keep repeating. Have you heard? Still, like it's not done. Have you heard? We also are like asking us. Have you heard about us? Wisdom of the
yeah, that's how the rumor spread, right?
Yes, you definitely brought it. Incredible. This is gonna. I hope I'm not limited to front. I think I did too many today. Hopefully I can do yours. So we'll see. If not, it'll be next time. I'll save it for really brilliant. You're just a great writer. You can write about anything, and the rhyme, how you rhyme it. I just love it. Well done. I hope I don't dream about it with the rumors.
You think about me as a witch. You'll have fun.
I know, I'm so bad. It's crazy.
Imagine us two witches gossiping and spreading rumors, that show extended for the night.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Austin, can you comment for Soul?
Well, I love her voice. First of all, I love I love your voice. This is really cool. I'm sad that on your SoundCloud it had the background because I think the howling dogs would have been better. But just saying. When I looked up Ruth, it's the feeling of pity, distress, or grief, which I find ironic. I'm not sure that you realize that or not, but she is in distress. And I love this smidgen of wisdom and the sprig of truth. I love that line. And it's sad because here she's being tormented, and they don't seem to have much on her. But except they just want to send her to the gallows like those horrible men. And it's because of fear, not because of any knowledge, from what I can tell from this. And then I had her running off with her cauldron. How big was this cauldron? And how strong was this woman? But gotta wonder. But and it's in her blooming youth, which is even sadder because it's someone who's young. And the idea that she's singing is just something of beauty. And it's up to me she's crying out. But and have you heard of the witch who sings? It's like the idea that you keep asking that, it's almost like everyone seems to think they know who she is, but like, have you heard? Do you know who she is? Do you really know who she is as a person? And with a smidgen of wisdom, a sprig of truth. It's a wonderful write. I absolutely loved it.
Thank
you. Great observation and great comment. Who said that? Bella? No.
Mocha. No, Mocha.
Who said that?
Oh,
Mocha, yes, please.
She's here.
Mocha.
I really love this poem. I love the story that she told. I love this character, Ruth, who sings. To me, it was really just a story about people's jealousy, in a way, because nobody really likes people who tell the truth. Nobody really seems to like people who are genuinely kind. For some reason, that bothers people who have issues with themselves, and so they take it out on them. And when you are genuinely kind, and I don't know if anybody's ever witnessed this happen to perhaps like a really good friend of theirs who is a kind person, but when you have the ability to be kind and relate to a bunch of people, and they favor you, like certain people see that other people favor you, they have to assume that something is nefarious in that situation, that you are doing something that is perhaps immoral to get the affection of those people. And so they brand you as, for the best term, really, I think, like we've been talking about, like when somebody brought up the witch trials and things, they always just call you a witch because they have no way to explain how you are not doing anything but just being nice to people, and people just like you because of who you are. You know, that seems like such an unreasonable reality to them that they have to make up this elaborate story, this rumor about you, and then cause you to be villainized. And that's, I think, what this story told me. This story was about for me, and it was beautifully written.
You know, it's so true, Mocha, that, you know, and it hurts when people whom you love, when they want to, you know, break free, go away, and instead of, you know, putting up a whole face and accepting that, okay, they have, you know, they are done with the relationship or whatever relationship and want to walk away, they try to make excuses and make you look like a witch. I've experienced that in my marriage, you know, when my ex-husband wanted to break a marital affair. So when he wanted to break up, when everybody started, you know, questioning him, so he's like, oh no, she's also, you know, talking to guys. And it was so hurting. It was so hurting. You know, and the worst is when your own family does it to you, you know. So it's like rumors they spread, but they, you know, people don't realize that they can harm a person to the extent of breaking down the person to not being able to get up again, you know, and you know, rumors can really, like today's time, if I look around, there is so much of rumor with the coronavirus, regarding the vaccines, regarding the masks, everything, you know. So whom to believe, what is true, what is not, you know. We live in a world where, you know, truth is always masked or difficult to accept, and it's easier to put blame on somebody else, you know, whether it's relationship, whether it's reality, whether it's life, and even witches came in, you know, because of this, you know, for doing their own stuff, but just because people couldn't digest that the woman can be beautiful and she can be intelligent and she can be strong and she can heal, so, you know, they term her as a witch, and you know, this happens a lot even today. So.
And another part of what you touched on, you know, you talk about, you know, that she's only telling the truth. Some people can't bear to look at themselves. So when you reveal their truth to them, and they see themselves, they can't face that. And, you know, surely you must be lying. Surely you must be wrong. You're a witch, you know, because they can't face themselves. Yeah. So, you know, that's wrapped up in your right as well. So, you know.
You won't believe, Rat, I didn't see the mirror for years. You know, it was so difficult for me to even look at myself, you know. And fuck that bloody venom. You know, it hurts even today when it's like 20 years have passed, and it hurts even today. And a toxic relationship can ruin you, you know.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I hope, but then when, you know, you need to break free and be at peace, it's always better to stay single and be at peace than keep giving and then, you know, hoping and expecting that, and all you get is cold vibes. So that kills also, which a lot of poems today were about, you know. So instead of ending a relationship, rumors, it's better to, you know, move away in peaceful, you know.
I'll get you one more comment from Jay before we put Casey on the board, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is a brilliant poem, because what you did right at the beginning is you started with a rumor. Have you heard of the witch? You know, that right there, it can be considered rumor in itself. And Hold on. And, I think you did a great job in that. And, bottom line is it is about people that don't understand, that have misunderstanding. If anybody's different than some people, they instantly demonize them, and it's a horrible concept. And when they don't understand, they fear. And really and truthfully, when you look at everything, it bases off of fear. And that's kind of what we're messing with right here is some type of fear that goes and jumps into people so they act irrational and they lash out. But ultimately, when we take a look at it, what's going to conquer this is love and acceptance of people. So I think you did a great job right here, Sol. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's put Casey on the board. She's managed to call in, so.
She's on the board.
Do you want me to read it?
Do you not want to read it?
We would love to read it.
Okay, I'll read it. Humpty Dumpty. Eggshell skin keeps cracking open. Can't stop falling apart. Keeping aggressive ghosts locked in my ribcage. Paint my face colors of don't fuck with me. Words heavier than boots stomping on my vertebrae. Don't you know I can feel what you say? Oh no, here we go, not again. I spill my yolk. And poem.
Wow. Well, I like that you chose Humpty Dumpty because that takes that expression about walking on eggshells to a different level. And then, you kind of enforce that when you talk about walking on his spine. That's part of the same thought to me. Wow. Be careful what you say, huh? You really did a good job with this. It's a beautiful little brevity. And you were worried about reading it. Really? Are you not feeling that well, Casey? I'm sorry. You did a fantastic job. I'm glad you could join us. I'm glad you brought this. It's a beautiful little brevity. Let's start with Raz. What'd you think?
He had to get going.
Oh, okay. Full house. Jay, can you comment for Casey?
Well, bottom line is this is absolutely freaking clever. I love the progression of it, and it's like can't stop falling apart. It is. It's so much. Eats at us, and just messes with us until we finally break. And I can understand completely how this is a Humpty Dumpty style of writing. You did wonderful with that, Casey. Amazing.
Boo, can you comment?
Hello?
Hello?
Did you ask me? Oh my God, my voice is echoing.
Yeah. Boo's not here.
Put you on the spot, Sol. Can you comment for Casey, Sol?
Oh, yeah, we have a new nursery rhyme over here. For the elders, for the adults. And colors of don't fuck with me. I just love that line. It's like what a fantastic brevity. Congratulations on the goal, Casey. So well deserved. And words heavier than boots stomping on my vertebrae. What do you say after that? I mean, the entire write-up is summed up in these lines, and
you can't just keep walking on eggshells in a relationship. Like if you say something and the other person says you're stressing me out, then it's time to zip up your mouth and what do? You just be there like a porcelain doll. So it's time to take a grasp of the entire situation. That is it worth? Like, do I need to just if I can't even share my emotions, if I can't even speak what I want to say, like that simple things like sometimes when the other person is actually so cold about you, even the simplest thing of I miss you can be molded into a very dramatic reply, and then you're like just sitting over there with a blank stare that, oh, I didn't expect this. So then what? And finally then you just want to stomp on those eggs and say like, fuck it, man, let's get out of here. And your poem just does that in a very fantastic way.
Thank you, Sol. Costa, can you comment for Casey?
B had to get going, so we don't have her. We got Salwa and we got Mocha.
Mocha. Hi. I love this. And I love that Sol mentioned that it sounds like a nursery rhyme, because I feel like almost everything so far that I've read of Casey kind of reminds me of like adult storybooks. And I think this is just so very much in her wheelhouse. I love the artwork that she put with the poem. It's very haunting. Like you can't stop staring at it. It's one of those things that's gross but fascinating, like pimple popping videos. And it's very introspective. So it was like a good intro to especially how she wrote the poem with this sort of broken form, as if to emphasize exactly how much she's cracking open, just and then cracking open on the last line, and then can't stop falling. And it that falling part kind of reminds me of I don't think anybody's gonna know of this, but there was a show on PBS Kids called Between the Lions, and there was a segment on the show with this guy named Cliffhanger hanging from a cliff, and always at the end of the segment he ends up falling off of the cliff, and he goes, can't hold on much longer. You hear him falling, going down, and that's what the form of falling reminded me of, and how she read it too. It's so perfect, and then when she gets really aggressive with the colors of "Don't fuck with me," it's so perfectly expressive, and I want an entire book of like Casey adult stories and nursery rhymes.
Amazon Publishing. Here you go. Oh that's what you get for cracking a yolk. Sal, you used the last comment.
Yeah, this is really smart. I just love her writing. I love how you're giggling when you read it. I didn't like the picture. I had to hide it because it's scary. But,
yeah.
I like how you start with the egg, and then at the end the yolk come out at the end. It's hilarious, brilliant. Spill the yolk, and it's really it's like I feel like you're cracking. It's not only the words or your emotion when someone push you, hear them, and you're cracking, you cannot handle it anymore. Boom, and this is it. What you're gonna get if you don't stop. I feel like that's how. This is exactly like a teenager almost point of view. I'm not gonna take this. No patience. Boom, boom, boom. It's coming, and boom, it really did crack. You want it? Okay, here's the egg yolk. Smart as it can be. I love this attitude. You really did nail it so beautifully. Well done. I don't know, I've been putting stuff on the front page, but I don't think they're there. Maybe they kicked me. I swear I'm not making this up. I've been putting one after the other. I don't see them. I don't know how. In the box.
They might go back to your. I think what they do is they go back to your old your original post that you did there, and they attach to that.
Okay.
Because they had that for a while. Okay, here's what I got going on, guys, and I'm gonna talk to Raz about this. We've got 5 more poems. If you need to go, you can go. And we got no problem with that. We're going to try getting these 5 poems. We're going to do 2 comments apiece on the poems. We got a couple sound clouds, and then we need some readers. So whoever wants to stay can stay. Whoever needs to go can go. And we got no problem with that. So thank you, everybody.
I've been here 3 hours.
We only got
done.
We only got
28.
3
hours.
What's that?
Good night. I've been here for 3 hours.
Good night, Bella.
Good night. Thank you.
Have a
Good night.
sweet
Thank you,
dream, my
Raconteur.
darling.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, everyone. Sorry, go. I know you need to go. So go. Enjoy.
So we still have Mocha and Casey.
We got Mocha,
Casey,
also. And Soul. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
I couldn't ask for a better group.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
And Boston had to get going, so it's Soul, Mocha, and Casey, and me, and you. All right. And we got a special poem from. I know I don't count. So here's a poem from Deanne, and here we go.
The agony of betrayal. The act of betrayal shreds the heart, soul, and mind. No other creature is capable of such treachery but humankind. We ache to trust and to be trusted, but behind our back swarm threads of deceit, hope busted. Innocence lost, human psyche splattered. I thought you were my friend. Shock ensues, feeling shattered. How much can a heart take when all it craves is to be accepted? The snake of betrayal laughs. You fool, no friendship here. You're only being tested. A low sob encroaches up my throat. I can hardly breathe. Yes, again I'm a fool, too easy to deceive. I've gulped down another betrayal. Shame on you, shame on me.
Wow. This speaks volumes. It kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning about faith and how we tend to put our expectations on other people when when they hear something like that. It's like, how could you believe that? That the betrayal. I mean, the fact that someone said it is bad enough, but when the person that you care about believes it, it's that cascade effect that just makes it hard to swallow. I mean, it's a very emotional piece. I love the rhyming cadence as well. Got to mention the poem a little bit. Not just the emotion, but I tend to latch on to how it makes me feel and what I see in it a little more than the form and the Anyway, this was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. And it's the first time I think I've heard Deanne, so I don't know if she's new to the group or not, but thank you for sharing this tonight. I really appreciated it, and I hope you get to download the audio, the show, and you get to hear it. And if you guys get a chance, I mentioned it earlier, please try and leave written comments when you can. Let me get a comment from Soul.
Oh, yeah. She's such a darling, Deanne, thank you for this poem because betrayals and rumors, I think, go hand in hand somewhere. And the first line itself, I think, sums up the entire poem. The act of betrayal shreds the heart, soul, and mind. the last line, shame on you, shame on me, for trusting the person again and again. And I think somewhere love makes us do that, and no harm, if it brings you happiness even for a few moments. I think this is such a beautiful poem about relationships and friendships and everything that we deal with in our day-to-day life with people. So, yeah. Thanks for the lovely share. It brings out a lot of emotions in it.
Mocha, did you want to comment real quick?
She ended up, Blog Talk kicked her off again, and she says good night to everybody.
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, I think this is a splendid piece. Bottom line is Dee has been with us for a while. She just, we're hopefully trying to get her back into the mix of putting more stuff on here. She has a brilliant speaking voice. Really always enjoy her voice and the way she presents things. And she always puts out such a great message within her poetry, and this is no exception. Bottom line is, people get betrayed, and it hurts, and it's not something that doesn't have a consequence, and I think that she is bringing that right into the account. Is when people tell rumors, you know what? There's going to be a consequence to those rumors. So I think she did a great job.
Awesome. All right. Do we got an audio from Rooster, or does he need a?
No, he'll need a reader, but remember we also have Casey here. But I was thinking we go Titus next. How about that? We have an audio from Titus, so you can give people a little bit more about.
And Casey had said she wasn't planning on commenting, so I was kind of leaving her alone a little bit.
Oh,
we'll make her read again. How about?
Oh man.
We'll make her read again. That's what we'll do. Here's Titus, guys.
Historiola, Lilith, Succubus. I had for over 47 years referred to her, my first wife, as Lilith, or Succubus, for another name. She did at least bring the children up alone, after my seeking some remission for my pains, to give her praise for this sole practice. She would otherwise not have been given anonymity. But where could I begin other than the layer of darkness which brought me to my knees, grossly disfigured at that point and totally humiliated? I could not befit her to play any other role than the demonic figure representation both my mother and father had first warned. I found it lamentable to find any strength, for I was indeed a broken man. For I had no confidence in myself during a time fraught with disaster. My exile from my family had gathered momentum, having fallen for her lustful nature, as did those creature comforts become. I had laboured long, feeding her greed. In turn her needs were met only by sloth. For this she too will be disabled for the rest of her life. It is a proud man who went to church that day alone, who sat himself down on that pew and cried his eyes out. A priest did approach, but then stood aside as I lay my obvious torment towards God. But it was only God who knew how I was going to get out of this hellhole. Just a telephone call away from the authorities at the Warningham Park Hospital, a specialist hospital that I hoped would cure my mind, for I had forewarned evil intent towards her via their ears. They asked me to come down. For this drastic action, the keys to Gresham's school, where I worked as a caretaker. I'd given them to the head teacher, Mrs. Bone, who had also abused me mentally, that you need not guess. Having a wife who had done the same, oh, how weak a man I did become. It had taken just 12 years to reach this point, for she had indeed crushed my soul, having given her the freedom to expunge my whole being. Her laziness was rigid, and lust her only activity. It seems my devil worship of her only resulted in the lewd behaviour which fed her nymphomania, the temptress who had sucked me in only to spit me out. My time at the hospital brought woeful exclaim, for had it not been for my father, who clearly saw for himself his son, now a shell of a man, he would take me from that place. I had indeed met face to face the ravenous curse which enrages one, the men in Harold Ward, who had been incarcerated indefinitely. It would appear at last that here was a man suffering from a severe mental breakdown, and so into Barbara Ward for not so severe conditions. What my visit there has taught me was there was a brilliant mind there. A Pakistani man who I saw for the last time playing croquet, on missing the hoop, had left a hefty gouge into the ground. There was also a woman there who was too afraid of her husband. She had been severely bruised physically and mentally. My short stay there would reprimand their qualms. For my part, wrath would become increasingly pained within me, the debt that was amassed and her adulterous behaviour that would stem such outrage. It was sadly a pastime for me to predominantly ease the pain. Wrath was made accountable, a distrust in myself, amidst my hatred for this woman who will one day pay for her crimes. My visit to that church, All Saints Sanderstead, it seems a long way off now to think of how much it may have helped me. I guess the priest was right in leaving me alone. Some 9 months later, God would come to my aid. And yes, it is another tale. Not the last thing they say after death. It will contain all judgment, heaven, and not the dark place where my soul was at that time, underground.
Well, Titus always brings it, huh? Jay,
absolutely.
Can you comment?
I'm absolutely stunned about this one. This is so freaking impressive. Because, I have held a lot of animosity and hatred towards my ex. Casey, no intent, but my ex was from North Dakota, so.
Oh.
Yeah,
well.
Don't worry about that. I hope you're not around the Fargo area.
No, I'm on the other side.
Oh.
I'm on the cool side.
Oh, good. Yeah, she was from the Fargo area, but I can relate to having this much pain and this much hurt and this much hatred towards someone, because bottom line is, it's a serious thing that rumors and lines and what people say about people, bottom line, tear them apart, and this one is one of those ways that you look at it. Yeah, bottom line, it is tough. It hurts, and it is. It is very painful. So I hate when something's done like that, because I can relate to it very often.
Yeah, it's one of those things, at least to me, it sounds like he's saying it almost makes you question your own sanity. And I wrapped up in the rest of that poem, it makes a brilliant thought to me. How could someone say something like that? It's like, everyone kind of uses Sawa as an example because, she's so kind or whatever. You look at people sometimes and you just think, they don't see that in other people. They don't fathom that it's possible that someone's going to act this way. So, very often they get, fooled or misled or, cheated even. It's a sad thing because, you shouldn't have to always have your guard up. It shouldn't be like that. It wrecks things because then you end up putting up walls and defenses, and it's really a sad state of affairs. But anyway, great poem, Titus. Who's next?
Casey's the only one that can comment. I don't know if you want to comment or not, Casey. Did that put you to sleep?
No. It's so intense. There's so much to it. I'm afraid to comment on it right now.
That's okay.
It's perfectly fine. The reason I asked you if it was asleep because Titus's voice is so calming, and I absolutely love his voice that way because it's like you're in a library sitting on the floor. And this guy with a pipe is just reading to you this wonderful, wonderful poetic story with music in the background. And that's how I always picture Titus. He's an incredible guy, and I was so happy to be able to write for him as well tonight. Well, I will go ahead and read Roosters, and then Casey, you're going to read after me. I'm just letting you know already.
Okay.
Okay. This is Rumors by Rooster. And I'm not going to do the accent. And it goes like this. I could try to do the accent, but I wouldn't do him justice. Okay. So this is called Rumors. Hark, listen to my story, a poetic allegory on your reputation and how to keep. Firstly, avoid gossip idle and a lawsuit libel for idle talk, tiresome, cheap. Rumors spread like cancer, no definitive answer, and very vivid to contain. Make silly asses of countless masses, once entertaining the brain. And what is stranger, compounding the danger, sclerosis chit-chat seems like fun, hence spreading infection of an invidious deception, vile words, and the smoking gun. If rumor part truth, only a clever sleuth can pinpoint its source. Thus it spreads profuse, Chinese whispers let loose, mutating into tropical discourse. So don't bite a poisonous apple or in hearsay dabble, for both are subterfuge. Question rumor's validity to counter its morbidity and to not look like a stooge. Trust in wise judgment, and should a rumor augment, then quickly nip it in the bud. For ignorance is bliss, and what's more than this, red, not green, the color of your blood. End poem.
Aww.
Wow. I love the
did go
language
into
you
accent
use.
a little bit there. I did go into accent a little bit there.
Yeah,
I had to. You couldn't help it. You couldn't help it. You had to read into it.
Yeah. The first time I heard him read, classic Irish. I think even the poem had that lilt to it, and even this, it feels like an Irish folktale a little bit to me, the way he told it. The cadence, I almost picture it, and I apologize, Rooster, I don't mean this as an insult. I feel like a leprechaun's reading it a little bit, There's just something to it, but there's a lot of wisdom behind what he's talking about. Nipping it in the bud and whatnot. Addressing it head on. kind of like what I was saying about my friend, where he would put the two people in the room and make them kind of face off with each other. It's like, what did you say? But he brings up the other point that well, how do you find it back, its way back to the source? You can only address those people right around you that are saying the shit, and it's like all right, I've had enough of this already. Let's cut it. But and unfortunately, even when it's self-evident, people still tend to repeat it behind your back. It's stupid. But anyway,
it really is.
That was a fantastic
really
read.
is. Yeah, it's thank you. And but the bottom line is, it is stupid, and it is something that I love. The last line where he talks about our blood is red, not green, because we got to leave envy behind. Envy is a killer. That green little eye of ours, and I think we did a great job on pointing that out.
Can I say something about this? It's quick.
Please.
No, I just wanted to say I really liked his line in there, for ignorance is bliss. I think that's somewhat important. So important to remember with rumors. Something I was told that I grew up with was, what other people say about you is none of your business. As long as you don't pay it any attention, whether it's true or not doesn't matter. And so ignorance is bliss in that fact. And I really liked that.
Awesome comment.
All right. Here you go, Casey. I'm putting you to work. Here's Heavenly Angels poem.
She doesn't have an accent.
Shoot, I was going to try out a new accent. Okay. Web of Lies by Heavenly Angel. Every time she spoke, she cast a web around her. She couldn't see clearly. To her, everything was a blur. Because of her indifferent eyes, she couldn't see any of the web, and over time the web grew bigger with every word she said. Little did she know she was only making herself look foolish, and as time went by, she was soon wrapped up like a cocoon. Trapped in her web of lies, there was no way for her to escape. Friends tried to help, but she played innocent, began to pout, poor me. She hasn't evolved like a butterfly. She hasn't changed at all. She still spits out her web of lies and manipulation. In no time at all, she will be entangled in her web once again. It's just a matter of time and who she can play. She will never evolve until she learns her lesson. Will that day ever come?
Whoa. This is deep. I really like that. Bottom line, I guess, is this just one of those things. Someone, it's kind of, I guess, shades of the boy who cried wolf. Once you're known as being a liar, you get that reputation, and the rumor kind of turns back on you, and you can't say anything without people disbelieving what you're saying. You spoke about what was taught to you when you were growing up, Casey. My dad used to say when someone's a liar, and the first thing when someone says something that they don't believe is that they think that person's lying because that's what they do. So it turns into one of those things where every word out of that person's mouth is suspect. It's a karma type rate for sure. Unfortunately, it's not an immediate thing, so you kind of wait. You might not even be there to see it take effect. So that's the sad part of it. But it hits pretty close to home. Easy to see. You did a great read, Casey. Thank you. Soul still with us?
No, she dropped too. Blog Talk is being nice tonight. Damn it. Well, I want to say that this poem is great. I really enjoyed it because bottom line is what happens when you cover a lie with a lie, you're just adding to the lie. And it just keeps bigger and bigger. It's like a snowball effect rolling down a hill. And ultimately you're going to end up with the avalanche falling in on you. I think she described that absolutely perfectly.
Very relatable. I think we all know that weaver of webs.
Did you want to say anything about it, Casey?
I really liked it. I really enjoyed the beginning. I loved the whole poem, but I would have liked her to kind of continue with that sort of storybook character likeness. I think it added to her point, telling it like a story of this sort of spider woman, right, that casts this web around her. And of course it's a metaphor, but I loved the metaphor. I think she sort of got a little more into the emotions of it towards the end, which is also awesome, very raw and powerful that way as well. But if she would have continued with this sort of character and finished out with more of a metaphor, I think it would have been really cool too. I'm also really curious what this picture is.
Let me take a look at that. It looks like, well, there's a spider in the middle, but I don't know. The spider's up at the top. I don't know. It's probably, what I'm guessing is a Halloween decoration. All right, last poem, folks. Last poem. We got like 2 minutes left, so let me get this poem read. This is Tarantula by Tila, and it goes like this. Sitting comfortably in my room enjoying songs in my iPhone, suddenly I looked up. In my horror, I saw the biggest black, blotchy thing sitting on its web, staring right at me. Suddenly, I got froze, could not move, could hear screaming on top of my head, but words froze too, like my whole world was controlled by 8-legged spider. I knew it was right above me, but I can feel that he has used his silk threads and have already tied me up, building its webs round its round eyes, big and scary, waiting patiently to catch its victim right on top of my head. I was so scared, never seen such a big spider, looking like a tarantula, scary, all black, hairy, all over its body. How did it come to my room? Help! End poem.
Happy Halloween. Wow. That was kind of cool, Tila. I enjoyed it. It was very descriptive of, I guess if you look at it like a metaphor, the lie is the spider and it's descending upon you, maybe. How did it get there? How did it overtake you? Its web, its silk's tying you up. It's pretty cool. Jay, did you want to comment or?
Yeah, I think it's neat little piece. I think she did a great job with it, and I love the overall picture of it. It was clever. It was her wittiness, and it was fun.
All right. I gotta thank Casey for soldiering on and actually managing to call in. I really appreciate it. It's cool to listen and everything else, but when you get to hang out and share some time, it's a lot more fun, at least for me. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I appreciate everyone that writes and calls in. Both are equally important. Even if you don't write something, if you manage to call in, and hang out, that's also appreciated. If you get a chance, everyone that's gotten read, and did contribute, written comments are very much appreciated. People won't write, I don't think, or at least they'll stop writing if they don't get comments on their work. So try and share the love and let people know what you liked about what they wrote, and then hopefully they'll take that to heart and use it in the next write. That's about it. I'm not even going to try and name everybody that wrote, because this is the first time in a while that I had more rights than I could handle. I think we went over 3 hours. That's shades of when I first started. But we had a good time, and again, the complicated topic, and it sparked a lot of great discussion, and I appreciate everyone's input and everyone's thoughts, and thank you to Boo and for making this possible, and to Kevin and to Jay for making me look good, because without you I would have never gotten the studio up and running and everything else. Wouldn't have been able to put the poems up, so you let me stand here and look good while you do all the heavy lifting. So I really appreciate that, Jay.
Yeah, thank you. No problem. I don't know. They haven't kicked us off yet. We're still recording. So
awesome.
Yeah, so it's awesome. Really well. Nope, they just kicked us off. All right.
Thank you
right.
for using Blog Talk Radio.
Yep.
You don't gotta
we
come
just got
home,
kicked off the air.
Everyone knows that line.
All right, guys. Good night,
Thank you,
and
guys.
we really appreciate you, and thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Good night.